Hello, everybody, and welcome back to
the McDonCast, the funnest podcast in town.
The only podcast around to this day.
The blue shirt guy show.
Yep, today
uncoordinated.
Blue day. Blue laptop, blue shirt, blue phone, blue watch.
Your laptop's gray.
It's definitely not.
That's so gray, bro.
It's just isn't gray.
Okay.
I don't know how.
It's gray, everybody.
Just isn't.
Everyone,
just, you guys can see on the camera.
Type in chat what color that is.
Blue.
Type in chat.
I don't know how.
Type poggers.
I really don't know how you could get to gray. But anyway.
Yeah, welcome to just base color blue shirt.
Welcome back to what color? You got blue shoes. I got blue shoes.
Oh, you have blue on your shoes.
But there's no other colors.
There's white.
That's like the absence of a color.
White is a color.
Your shoe also has white on it.
Yeah, but it's a blue shoe with white on it. Yours is a white shoe with blue on it.
It's still blue is the only primary color.
You can't say that white's not a color. What is this?
That's stupid. You use white as a base to put all the other colors on.
Gosh, it's a color. All right, welcome back to the program, this terrestrial radio program.
What?
What
are you like? Are you like prepping for like when we have to compete with alien radio programs? Like what does that mean?
Well, terrestrial is just like
we're not broadcasting through space.
Well, I'm just saying we're a radio program.
But why terrestrial? Like
as opposed to extraterrestrial.
Right, but that's like there are no extraterrestrial radio programs.
I mean, as far as you know,
none that we are aware of.
Yeah, well, sometimes you just need to clarify for future reference.
That's what I'm saying. Are you like soft prepping us for like when we need to like broadcast?
I was just saying we're a radio program. That's not even true. This is just.
I mean, it is kind of a.
This is a bad intro. Let's pivot.
All right, let me give you guys a brief rundown of what we've got going on today.
I just want to say, I prepare everything and set up for these every time. So I think the expectation that I have to come in and spin my wheels for the banter at the start every time is a little unfair.
Well, I don't even.
What do you bring into the table?
What are you talking about?
I have to do a bit every time? Why
we both do a bit every time.
You're not doing bits.
Yes, we were just doing bits 2 seconds
ago. Yeah,
ago.
and I did both the bits.
No, you didn't.
You
pointed out that our shirts were the same color. That's not a bit.
That counts as a bit.
How is that a bit?
What is a bit you've ever done?
So many bits. The whole intro is a bit that I made.
The intro's the intro. The intro doesn't count as a bit.
We made it into a bit.
Because I made it into a bit.
Yeah, but it's still a bit. I added the intro. I also added the funnest podcast in town and only podcast
fine.
around
You get
part,
funnest pod. That's your
which
contribution.
We reference constantly.
Okay.
Anyways, let me give you guys a brief rundown of what's going on today. We got trailers, all kinds of trailers.
A lot of them.
Mostly for stuff that doesn't matter, but
hey,
we do have confirmation
Spike Lee
that my prediction about Zootopia 2 may be correct.
Oh.
We'll get to that. Disney is doing some weird stuff with their streaming. We'll get to. They're always doing funky things. We got all kinds of Spider-Man news. We got Spider-Man news coming out our ears. Too much Spider-Man news. We got Sony, which I guess is also basically Spider-Man news.
They're basically the Spider-Man studio at this point.
Yeah, except for maybe they're making something
Well, they're doing other stuff. Big moves. Big Sony Pictures moves.
Maybe Mark Zuckerberg is going to have to buy another t-shirt because there will be another costume from the movie that he wants to buy because he owns the costume from the original. So
wasn't the costume in the original one just like a hoodie?
It was like the shirt, whatever shirt that Jesse Eisenberg was wearing, like Mark Zuckerberg bought the costume they used.
It's just a regular shirt.
Yeah, I don't know why he did that.
No one would even recognize, no one would be like, hey, that's the shirt from The Social Network.
No, that's what happened. Like, he was doing an interview on the news, and someone was like, oh, you're wearing the same shirt as the character. He's like, oh, no, this is literally the shirt from the movie. And they were like, what? He's like, yeah, I bought the shirt, that they used.
What a really normal thing for a person to do.
Yeah,
especially when normal things done by a normal man.
Especially when the movie is about how terrible of a dude you are. Anyway, last news story at the top of the bracket. Amazon and Disney have decided to build Satan. We will get there when we get there. Anyways, let's start things off with some trailers. We have a trailer for Goat.
Are you excited for Goat? This is the new picture.
No, I'm not excited.
The new
for
animated
Goat.
film from Sony Pictures
No one's
Animation.
excited for
Coming
Goat.
February 13th of next year. Producer Steph Curry also appears in the film, is going to voice a character. This is about a goat who wants to play basketball.
Okay, well, okay. The animation style looks a lot better than I thought. I was thinking of the one about shoes.
Okay, why were you thinking about that one?
What's that one called?
Sneaks.
Sneaks.
Yeah, different movies completely.
Yeah, but they're both about like anthropomorphized creatures who want to play basketball.
I don't think the Sneaks was about basketball. I think
They wear basketball shoes that were worn by basketball players in the movie, and that's what the movie was about.
I'm just gonna give you that
I'm pretty
one.
sure Steph Curry plays a shoe in that movie.
I
or
would bet
something.
money that he's not in that at all.
There was a basketball player who was.
You have a
playing
computer.
shoe.
You could look that up if
Yeah,
you really
I can,
wanted to.
but I don't. I'll do
Whether
that
or
later.
not Sneaks counts
Okay,
as
the
a
animation for this
basketball movie.
actually looks like really
No,
good.
man. I mean, Sony's rolling out
Yeah, this
quality
actually is
animated
looking-
features recently.
This is probably why Spider-Verse is taking so long.
I mean, they've had a pretty good track record. They've come a long way from the studio that made the Smurfs movies.
That's true. They're doing much better.
They're doing much better. This looks fine, man. It looks okay. I don't know if I could say I'm looking forward to it. I feel very few opinions on this as a property.
Yeah.
I think it'll do okay at the box office. I don't know what else. I think it's the only kids movie coming out like for the first 3 months of next year. Sam. Oh, you don't have anything else to say about Goat?
No, I was looking at Sneaks. No, it does have like an all-star cast, but no basketball
Does
players.
not a single basketball player?
Not one that I recognize.
Because I didn't write it down, but I think other basketball players are appearing in Goat. I just don't know who. They are.
Yeah.
Oh, I did want to ask: is Steph Curry like? This might be sacrilegious.
He's like.
Do you consider? I know who he
biggest
is. I know
basketball
he's the
guy,
second
yeah.
biggest guy. But like, does that mean anything really to anybody?
I think so. I mean, he's the second.
As a
biggest
movie guy?
Oh, probably.
Like,
Well, I mean, not. I don't think it's gonna like move. I don't think it's gonna like move the movie because like LeBron James being in.
LeBron James has appeared in
Space
stuff.
Jam
Yeah, I
didn't,
mean,
like,
Space
make
Jam
Space
2 was a
Jam
big
work.
failure.
Yeah. So like, I don't think it necessarily like makes the movie, but like this looks infinitely better than Space Jam 2. So for this, it might help.
Yeah.
Like LeBron being in that movie definitely didn't hurt. I mean, maybe.
Oh, well, his acting abilities definitely limited that movie.
Well, but even then, like he was animated for like a lot of it, so like his poor acting ability didn't like.
Yeah, I guess they were able to like a
super
little
detract-
bit
Yeah,
kind of screen over that.
because you can like even if his like physical acting is like kind of mute, you can like animate him a whole lot to make it at least seem like he's emoting. Whereas, you know, when he's in live action, you know, whatever he does is what he does.
That movie was so bad. I completely memory hold
Remember when
that.
Porky Pig does a rap?
Yes,
And
I
it's
do.
like 3 minutes long.
I
like,
do
and then
remember
he does
the
another one
Porky
at the end
Pig
of the
rap.
movie.
I just
Yeah.
remember the
The white supremacist characters.
yeah.
who
I
are,
just
like watching the basketball game for some
yeah
reason.
the IP vomit
Yeah,
just all over the place constantly. Algae Rhythm,
Algae Rhythm.
played by Don Cheadle.
He played the crap out of Algae Rhythm.
Yep, real character, real movie. In quotes. Okay, speaking of real movie, there was a trailer this week. Just came out this morning for Oscar contender Jay Kelly. This is being distributed by Netflix.
Ooh.
The new film from Noah Baumbach, co-wrote and directed. Obviously,
George
the man
Clooney's
behind
here.
Marriage Story, Kicking and Screaming. One half of the screenwriting team with Barbie. George Clooney is the lead. He's playing an aging movie star named Jay Kelly. Big shock. Adam Sandler in an important supporting role. A bunch of other all-star cast people. Very short teaser. Not a whole lot in this. Because it's Baumbach, I'm assuming it's going to be fairly small. Although with probably an insanely high budget because it's Netflix.
Yeah.
But yeah, looking forward to this one. Still really no details on what the plot is. I think he's supposed to be facing some sort of existential
I'm pretty sure
midlife
it's just
crisis
like
type thing.
George Clooney is George Clooneying, and we figure out what.
Yeah,
it's like
I'm
to be
assuming
George
he's
Clooney.
playing basically a fictionalized version of himself in a major capacity.
And it's to some degree about his experience as an aging movie star, I assume.
And big talk for Adam Sandler awards contention for this one for a supporting performance.
Yeah, but he's not gonna get it though.
Do you think him being in this and a Happy Gilmore 2 in the same year hurts him getting awards for this? Regardless of his actual... Because we know he can be a real actor.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
just...
think he's going to be in this movie enough to be like... I think he's only going to be in like...
Apparently he's in it quite a bit.
Then maybe. I don't know. I think he's just never going to get awards.
I mean, we have to see the movie, obviously, but...
But I think Adam Sandler just doesn't get awards.
You think
he's just perma-cursed, he just never gets awards.
Because he's like beloved and very well liked within the industry.
Yeah.
But you think him being in like Jack and Jill for all those years and those type of movies is just
like he made
permanently cratered that
one movie for like 30 years, and I think he's just kind of cooked now. Like your typecast is guy who does weird voice and puts on wigs occasionally.
That's what I'm saying. Like if Happy Gilmore 2 hadn't come out this year, do you think he would have had a chance just because people wouldn't be thinking about it?
No, because I think Happy Gilmore 2 like doesn't affect his image at all. Like, there's so much of that exact same content that, like, okay, yeah, there's one more on
But
the
if it
pile.
hadn't been as recent, because I don't know, before Happy Gilmore 2, I don't know what the last time he did, like, just another one of his straight-up
No, because I know
was.
none of the people who, like, are doing the awards are going to see Happy Gilmore 2. So, like, I don't think it's a huge issue. I don't think it really matters for him.
So you think he just doesn't have a chance
Unless he gets nominated for, like, Best Comedy for Adam Sandler, for Happy Gilmore 2.
Okay, so you're saying... Happy Gilmore 2.
Unless they have to watch
better awards chances than Jim and Jake.
I'm just saying I don't think the judges will take that into consideration unless for whatever reason they have to also watch that movie.
Okay. That's going to be in only theaters in LA and New York on November 14th, and then it'll be on Netflix December 5th.
I hate that.
Yep, I hate that also.
It's so lame.
It doesn't...
I would have seen Happy Gilmore 2 in theaters if they released it in theaters.
I'm saving a lot of stuff for our big summer box office recap at the end of the month here, but
yeah,
it's not...
28 years later is on the list?
Not right now.
Oh, no, that's never mind.
It's looking like our buddy Ryan Johnson's Wake of Dead Man is not going to get any sort of theater release like Glass Onion, and that's really unfortunate.
Boo.
Okay.
Sucks.
Anyway, you know what is going to get a theatrical release and is probably going to make $1 billion, Sam? Zootopia. Really missed out on the chance.
They really should have called it Zootopia.
Yeah.
Or Zootopia. That also works. And then they could have had like a second city, and then there's like two Topias. I don't know.
Okay. So the trailer for this just kind of looks like more wacky Zootopia hijinks.
Yeah.
Honestly, no, there's nothing in this that really is even remotely piquing my interest.
Oh, but what if I told you?
I don't remember. We've had this debate, I believe, several times on the show. Mm-hmm. But what was because obviously the metaphor of the first one was racism in the police force, and racism in general. What do you think the metaphor is with this one?
No, racism again.
Right.
We know that's the theme from this trailer.
Because I think it's going to be more xenophobia. I think the snake is going to be from like a different city. And it'll be about how the people in Zootopia don't like outsiders.
I think maybe...
Because I believe we already know there's a Trump stand-in character.
I think maybe Zootopia was built on like reptile homeland. And they like forced them out to build Zootopia.
That's interesting.
And then he's like upset about it or something.
Because there is supposed to be like a horse and like a blonde Trump.
Yeah.
There's supposed to be Trump and I believe he's going to be like a rich guy.
Yeah.
So he's probably a real estate developer.
But are we going to do a fake out?
Oh, we know what's going on here.
Yeah, he'll want to anyway, so he wants to like develop
a new building or something.
And it's on Snake.
It's the snake's trying to steal something from him.
It's part of Reptile City.
Yeah. And they're going to spend the first 2 acts chasing the snake around thinking he's the villain. Turns out he's actually just trying to stop the evil real estate guy.
From destroying his house.
And then they team up to stop the real estate guy.
Him.
Yeah.
Okay,
fine. Pass.
Yeah, I'm down.
Solid B.
Sure. What do you think about Nick's shirt?
What about his shirt? I don't remember.
The Foxy Dad shirt. Is it canon?
I have no opinion on the Nick Wilde Judy
Does
Hopps
that
discourse.
mean it's canon?
Sure, if you really want it to be.
I'm just joking. But it's very weird that he's wearing that shirt. Like, what does that mean?
I think it's much weirder that people like noticed that there was the same shirt in both.
Well, no. No, it's not that he's wearing the same shirt. He's wearing a shirt that says "Very Foxy Dad," like when they're in the car.
It's probably
like
a bit
like
in the
t-shirt.
movie.
Yeah, it's probably a bit, but like it's just funny that happened.
I'm sure there will be ample references to the
I don't
online
think
reaction.
there will be any references.
Not
to that.
direct, but like joking references to that.
What do you think? You think Judy Hopps Lover 69 is like really psyched?
I think Judy Hopps Lover 69 has never been more excited for anything in their entire life.
Dude, that guy needs to be like, I don't know. He needs some kind of help.
I think the whole. We're moving on. Just no. All right.
Oh, they do leave the city because they're in like a canyon or something.
But yeah, we're supposed to explore like different new parts or whatever.
Yeah, because they also only went in like the one main area.
Do you sense like general people excitement for this? Because we're still like 3 months out, so it could build. I'm not, but I also wasn't sensing a whole lot for Moana 2 and them at $1 billion.
Or the first Zootopia, honestly. Like that also.
The first
came out of
Zootopia
nowhere.
was kind of a surprise mega blockbuster.
I think this movie will be huge because it's like big on Disney Plus.
I agree. I think this will be another. I think this.
Like everyone that has kids will take their kids to go see this movie.
I think the only two movies for the remainder of the year that have a chance at $1 billion are this and Avatar. And coincidentally, they're both from Disney. So Disney might have all three of the $1 billion grosses this year.
Yeah, Disney.
Outside of Neja 2.
Neja 2. I did see Neja 1 earlier today.
You watched like the movie Neja 1?
Yeah, it's free on YouTube.
What would you give it out of 10?
Honestly, like a 7, maybe a 6.5.
Will you see the second one in theaters?
I might.
It's getting A24 is putting out an English
No,
dub.
it's I didn't the only thing that like annoyed me was the like sensei master character. He was just like annoying, but like the general plot is good. The exposition is often delivered in really weird ways.
Is there a dub or is it all
No, I watched the dub.
Okay.
The exposition is delivered in like really bizarre ways. Like they will over explain stuff that doesn't matter at all and then just completely not explain stuff that is like vitally important.
It must be just to like...
It heavily relies on you already having some kind of understanding of Chinese mythology.
Most of China would have.
Most of China would have, but most Western audiences wouldn't.
Yeah.
But then here's something that... There's a lot of things that are very interesting about the movie that were very strange to me.
Mini review of Neisha 1.
It makes constant references to like Western media properties. Like when Neja...
Do you think that was a translation thing, or is that
No. It's like overt.
Okay.
Like when Neja is born, he's kind of... His birth is very bizarre, but he basically spawns in as like a ball, and then he like turns into a guy. But it plays like the Terminator leitmotif, like the song, and he's posed like Terminator, and the camera does the same sweeping pan thing because he's also naked because he was just born. Like they do, and then they played the Mission Impossible leitmotif at one point, and also the Dragon Ball Z like theme, like.
Anime is developing a really, really big presence in Japan right now, in China right now.
Yeah, so like the like literal just ripping the songs was like I was like,
and they probably
what's
did
happening?
it for free.
Probably, yeah, because I don't think there's any
no
kind
copyright laws in China.
Well, yeah, they're just not enforced the same. But it was interesting. And then my only real story criticism is the legalese of their like heaven system. Like there are characters that are just like, oh yes, I'm an immortal and my goal is to become one of the 12 golden immortals, and you're just like, huh? And then that's like they just, okay, sure. Like it relies heavily on you not only knowing, like having a baseline understanding of Chinese mythology, but then also like the legal processes that like Chinese mythology like adheres to. Because they're like, oh, if you do this thing, there's like the supreme ruler of heaven is just God.
Yeah.
God will give you this specific thing as a reward.
Yeah, I'm sure to China it's the same thing as like knowing that Jesus died on a cross, where it's just like that, or even just like that George Washington was our first president.
Yeah.
Just like that level of like, if you're above the age of 4 or 5, you've probably
No, it's
just been
stuff that,
told
like,
this.
yes, like if I grew up in China, I would
Yeah.
absolutely at least be familiar with whatever story that relates to. I would say it's probably closer in American mythology to like understanding like Greek or Roman mythology, where it's like that's like kind of a Western mythological system with like specific rules where like God will do this if you do, like if you take the golden fleece you get turned into a cow or
Sure,
whatever.
but sure.
Yeah, anyway,
You know what has zero lore?
Ella McKay.
Ella McKay.
I think too many movies with just name of
We have 2
random
movies here
unknown
with just names.
character. Yeah.
Ella McKay. This is the feature directorial return of James L. Brooks, 85 years old. He's written and directed this film. It's his first movie in 15 years. 20th Century's putting this out on December 12th. Emma Mackey stars as Ella McKay.
Okay.
No thoughts on that one. She's like the young governor of a state, and she's got to deal with her family drama. It's a James L. Brooks premise. It's mostly about quirky,
Family.
kind of funny, dramedy characters talking in rooms. Looks good. No one will see this. His last few movies have not been very warmly received.
Yeah, the fact that it's number one, it sounds a little too similar to what's his name, the other movie we just talked about. And 2, there's like also another movie coming out later this year about like random small town politics.
What's that?
The one with Pedro Pascal and
Oh, that already came out.
oh, that's out. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. I guess that doesn't affect anything at all.
I saw it.
I didn't even know it exists.
That's
I didn't
not.
even see it.
That's not really what that movie's about.
Well, yeah, obviously, but like that's how it's framed.
That was what the log line was.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, this looks fine.
It's got a great cast.
It's got a great cast. They are making this. This is technically Disney made this.
Yeah.
They're doing this because James L. Brooks is obviously a big reason for The Simpsons. And The Simpsons is a giant IP money generator for them.
Yeah.
And part of their agreement is that they'll let him make
do a thing.
one movie that he wants to do,
They gotta let you do your weird things.
so that he'll continue
Yeah.
to let them do The Simpsons. That's their trade-off.
Cool.
This looks kind of quirky and fun, though. I'm not looking forward to it. Here's an interesting one. Shelby Oaks. This is a new horror movie being distributed by Neon on October 3rd in
Sounds
theaters.
like the name of the retirement home that they wanted to send the guy from Up to.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of
It was
it.
like Shady. I think it was like Shady.
I think it is
Oaks.
Shady Oaks.
Yeah.
Written and directed
his
by
name Earl?
Chris Stuckman. Do you know who that is?
I know that I know who that is, but I can't picture them.
Very long-standing YouTube movie critic. This is his feature directorial debut. He's been trying to make movies for a long time, and he's got Neon to distribute his first one. That's pretty big.
Let me Google him real quick. I know
He's
that
been
I know this
around.
guy's
He's like
name.
one of the OGs.
Yeah,
He's like one of like the 4 guys who've been doing it for like 15 years.
You know what? Oh wait, yeah. I know who this guy is.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen his videos before.
Yeah, good for him. It looks pretty solid.
Yeah,
I'm curious.
I'm sure he can. You know, if he can't make a good movie though, that kind of makes him seem kind of like an idiot.
Yeah, that would really hinder both of his careers.
Yeah.
Or maybe it wouldn't. Because most people who have seen or watched his videos aren't going to watch this.
Yeah. Well, and I think like film criticism and like filmmaking are two different.
It's a completely different skill set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Just ask Roger Ebert.
Yeah. More nostalgia critic. Although one could argue he's not great at both.
Either of them. Rental Family. This is a new movie from being put up by Searchlight, co-written and directed by
Oh, you know what? I saw the trailer for this just before I got
a
here.
Japanese filmmaker named Hikari, who worked on
believe-
Beef, the Netflix show.
I believe he also made My Car. Or it was like something car.
I don't think so. I was looking him up
That might have
before
been a
this.
different one.
He made another movie, but it was very small. I don't remember what it was. This stars Brendan Fraser, Academy Award winner.
Heck
I believe
yeah.
his first starring role since The Whale, which was like 2 years ago now.
We all love Brendan Fraser. 37 Seconds. That was her other movie.
This is about an American actor in Japan who is hired by a family to essentially act as the father figure.
Yes, which is a real thing in Japan.
Which is a real thing. It's like a good comedic premise,
Yeah,
good setup.
You can actually hire a whole family.
Likable lead. Yeah. This might be Searchlight's main awards play. I think it's between this and the Springsteen movie. I would put my money on this being better than that.
There's another Bruce Springsteen movie?
Yeah, they're doing that Springsteen with Mr. the bear guy. You've seen the trailer for it.
Yeah. I just don't care about Bruce Springsteen.
Name a Bruce Springsteen song. Any of them. One of the most famous American musicians of all time.
Yeah, I don't know any off.
You can't, not a single off the dome.
If you told me the name of the song, I could tell you it was a Bruce Springsteen song, but I don't know the other way around.
You are like, you literally, like, there's just like pre 2000. It's just a black hole for you.
I mean, I just don't care.
I don't think you could name that many songs just in general.
No, not that most people would recognize.
Anyway, yeah, this looks good. I'm looking forward to this one. The second half of the year for these awards movies, I think something's got to be done. It's too much. It's too much back to back. I was looking at it earlier. I think it's like the second week of October. Tron Ares, Roofman, and After the Hunt all open on like the same day, and then there's like 3 more major awards movies like the next week.
Really comfy.
Not an awards movie, but just in terms of like the whole. I mean, we're talking for like January through like halfway through April till about Sinners came out.
Yeah.
And you remember, it was just barren. There was nothing going on.
Yeah.
In movie theaters, and like I think these studios are just so set that these won't make money theatrically. And so their value return has to be awards.
Yeah.
There's
only 2 types of movies. There's movies that are incredibly well acclaimed, get rewards, and then get a bunch of views on streaming platforms and make their money that way. Or you're a big summer blockbuster, and you make or a Christmas blockbuster, and you make your movies and you make your money that way.
I think
those are the only 2 options. Really.
They're just so scared of putting out their movies within the first 9 months of the year. Mm-hmm. That they won't get any awards play, and I know
Sinners is gonna like crush.
Yeah, I think Sinners is pretty much a lock for at least a Best Picture nom now. I mean, it's the only contender we have at this point.
I've heard that Together is like really good, but I haven't.
It's fine.
I haven't seen it.
It's definitely not anything
crazy.
Extremely special. Yeah, but like Everything Everywhere All at Once was a movie that came out in March in 2022, and that swept like the Oscars a year later. I think that is like an exception to the rule, but I do think it's possible. And
but if Sinners does the same thing, I think that will open up a new slot. There will be a first to the punch award.
I think
slot.
Mickey 17 was also kind of a play at that, but I think that was
that movie just wasn't good enough.
I think that was also Bong Joon-ho trying to make something commercial.
Yeah, that movie just wasn't good enough to do that.
Yeah, I think I do
because there's a big risk to that. Because if you are the first to leave a big mark, you will be the only thing anyone is talking about for months. But if your movie just isn't that good, it just doesn't exist. But
I also think flooding the zone with 45 potential awards contenders in 3 months at the end of the year. I mean, if you're not the new Noah Baumbach George Clooney movie, like you're just gonna get drowned out. Like there's just no way you can generate any kind of noise. And especially because it's like these 4 indie distributors that basically produce all of the major awards contenders at this point. I mean, those are really small parts of the major studios in terms of just how much money they get.
Yeah.
And they can't afford to do awards campaigns for all of them. They usually release like Searchlight's probably going to put out 4 or 5 movies that is considered awards contenders.
Maybe run one of them for
and
awards.
Really only run one of them.
Yeah.
Whichever one gets like the most buzz.
Hype. Yeah.
So I think it hurts a lot of these movies that we're not spacing these out better. I mean, we're going into August. August is kind of filled out with some minor blockbusters, but September's got like Conjuring at the start and One Battle After Another at the end, and nothing going on in the entire middle of it.
But I think their strategy is to just shotgun a cluster of awards contenders, pick the top performer, and then run that.
Yeah, I guess just get it all out of the way at the same time.
It's kind of, you can't really do that over the course of a year because then by award season, everyone will forget about whatever your top one was, or at least there's like a 1 in 5 chance that that's the case, because assuming you run them all at like equal intervals.
It's just unfortunate because a lot of these movies end up being really, really good.
Yeah, and then they just get like
and just no one talks about them, and we end up fighting about Emilia Perez for 2 months.
Yeah. Although to be fair, that movie is generationally terrible.
Tied for most nominations of all time. In a single Academy Award.
What's
Highest
up with Regretting You?
Sam, this is I really only put this on here because the Colleen Hoover splurge has really begun.
Oh, is that what this is?
This is the next Colleen Hoover adaptation after It Ends With Us, which was obviously a massive blockbuster in August of last year and has since become a gossip magazine field day over
this
the
looks like
course
just
of the
a
last
really
year.
dumb version of Dinner in America.
That's an interesting comparison because I watched this trailer and they look nothing alike. But whatever you want to say, Sam.
No, but like if you were to strip,
because it's just two people in a car.
No. If you were to strip like everything that made that movie like unique or like different or special at all, and you were to just stuck with the bare bones concept of like girl falls for raggedy guy.
I just want everyone to know, to be clear, Sam does not watch any of these trailers with the sound on. He is going entirely based on looking at the first 5 seconds.
No, I can read the subtitles. Like I know what they're saying.
Yeah, I mean it looks like a bad YA romance.
Yeah, it's just like generic
Do you think
slop.
Obviously it's not going to be as big as
But
It
like
Ends
with
With Us.
vague like 1990s Americana aesthetics.
It Ends With Us is the biggest one she's ever done, and that had like semi-big movie star names on it.
Oh wait, one of them died.
Or Blake Lively is something of a name. This stars like Allison Williams and Dave Franco.
I recognize her from something.
The
blonde girl.
Yeah, that's McKenna Grace. She's in everything.
And then he's toothless.
He's toothless.
Or not. He's a hiccup.
Yeah, no, he's the dragon. He makes the dragon noises. Yeah, I think this will do fine. I will say, I'm glad it's getting made. For a healthy theatrical market, we do need movies like this.
This go straight to Netflix? Because that's really what this is.
Because I do think this will return. This was definitely super cheap.
Yeah.
It looks like it was just 4 people at a house.
And like a couple cars.
Yeah, so, I mean, this was probably made for like less than $30 million. And these Colleen Hoover books are big with a very particular audience.
Why is she wearing the same outfit for like every scene that she's in?
We are just not in that circle. We're very separate from who this is mainly targeted at.
Yeah.
Which is book talk girls. And there's a lot of them. And we did say after Barbie we need more movies appealing to the female demo. And this is one of them. Let them have their thing. Let the women have their bad movies. Okay?
But why can't the women have good movies?
Because Colleen Hoover is not good at writing good books. So the movies are going to be bad.
Maybe the women need a better author then.
It is from the director of The Fault in Our Stars. So
yeah,
if that means anything to you.
No, that doesn't mean anything. Because
not to you, but that does mean something to someone.
Well, The Fault in Our Stars is like a way better book.
You remember that? Movie. That was kind of a sensation when that came out.
Yeah.
Even I remember that movie.
But it was a sensation of the same way that like Wonder was a sensation.
Yeah.
Where it would just like, it just kind of happened. And like, I don't even think anyone really read the book. A lot of people were just kind of like made to read the book.
I know a lot of people read The Fault in Our Stars. It was just not, it just wasn't our demographic.
Well, and again, it's like something that you had to read for school for a lot of people. So like a lot of people just kind of had to do it.
People had
Wonder,
to read that?
Wonder we had to read.
I remember our guidance counselor read us Wonder.
Yeah, like that was a thing that every school
on like
read.
a weekly basis.
All right, what's highest to lowest?
Okay, this is the weirdest one of these. This is directed by Spike Lee. This is a remake of an Akira Kurosawa movie, High and Low. This stars Denzel Washington, who, according to like focus group studies, is the most popular movie star on the planet.
What?
Who would you say is bigger than him?
The Rock.
Okay, that's
John Cena. Adam Driver, literally like half of all actors.
Like he is the biggest according to
Will Smith.
like focus, like he's the biggest draw. Like if you see Denzel Washington on a poster, most people would see that as like the biggest stamp of this is probably good. I think that's not a crazy statement. I don't think anyone sees The Rock on a poster and is like, that's a good movie worth seeing in theaters.
Like a level of quality. Like his name attached to something is like a good quality stamp. But like I would say like George Clooney is like an equally valid quality stamp guy. Like yeah, he's in a lot of crappy stuff, but
Sam,
like,
George Clooney was in The Flash.
yeah, I know. I'm sure I could pull like a random Denzel Washington movie that's like absolute schlock garbage.
Yeah, I mean if you count Gladiator 2 as schlock garbage.
Yeah, like his name definitely has like a this is probably good. Like Leonardo DiCaprio, I would say is probably like a better.
I think he's in the same boat. Honestly, I think it's like.
Well, you assume if he's in it, it's great.
Okay, in terms of just like last movie stars, right?
Yeah.
Tom Cruise probably won.
Yeah, Tom Cruise probably should.
Tom Cruise probably won. Denzel is probably 2 or 3. Leo is up there.
If we're doing it just by like their name means quality,
yes. or just like most famous of them,
but
like
I wouldn't put
people
it as, like, most famous,
people who
though.
consider them like people who are considered movie stars. Like you don't see them on TV. You don't see them doing like dumb YouTube interviews.
Like Tom Holland is like a bigger movie
star. You're freaking. I don't know what.
No,
I'm
talking about like just broad popularity.
I think there's a difference between movie star and just like the Kardashians are popular.
Yes, but they're not in movies.
But if Khloe Kardashian was in a movie, no one would care.
Yeah, that's because but Tom Holland is in movies.
If Denzel's in a movie, it's something.
Timothée Chalamet, I would say, is like.
He's climbing, there. But like 90% of the time, if Denzel Washington's in a movie, no matter what it is, like people are aware that that's happening. Yeah. I'd say like that, him, Leo, Brad Pitt, and Tom Cruise. The Equalizer, those movies do really well.
The fourth one?
The third one did the same as the other ones, which was really well.
Oh, I didn't know anyone went to go see that one.
Yeah. Like, this is a Spike Lee.
Spike Lee's a big name.
Acclaimed director.
He's an acclaimed director, but like his movies have never like made that much money.
No, it's never been like boffo blockbuster money, but definitely like a lot of respect and prestige, and he's got quality work in the past and movies that have done well.
This movie like screams high quality, but like I wouldn't.
Okay, but beyond that, they've both been in a bunch of movies that have made money at the box office, like real money, never $1 billion, but like money. Okay, this is being put out by A24 in theaters on August 15th, and then 2 weeks later, it is going to streaming on Apple TV Plus.
Well, I mean, I could tell that just from the way it's like,
and they just put out the first trailer for it about a week and a half before it comes out. There's been no press, no marketing. They're not doing anything at all. I don't even know if it's going to go wide. It might just go limited and then go straight to streaming. I don't know what's going on here. Why are they doing this? Why is Apple just abandoning this one?
I know exactly why.
Why is that?
F1.
What about F1?
F1 took the entire Apple original marketing budget for the year. And I'm assuming this movie was funded in large part by Apple.
Yeah, no, they made it. A24 is just distributing it theatrically.
So that's why. They blew their entire marketing load for the year on F1.
But doesn't Apple have infinite money?
They can.
I saw more marketing for Fountain of Youth than
They can spend infinite money. But they probably have allocated a certain amount for the year. Like, we'll spend $1 billion on Apple TV marketing a year. Mm-hmm. And they blew a ton of money on Severance, and they blew a ton of money on F1. And I think that this is just kind of the bottom of the ladder.
They've just, this is it.
This was just, the algorithm decided this is the least commercially viable of the...
Which it very well might be. It very well might be. And it could also be bad. We don't know.
Yeah.
No one's seen it. But it's just crazy to me. Like, I
think that's why.
You'd think this would get something. This is a bigger movie than The Gorge. But I knew that was coming out.
Wasn't that direct streaming, though?
Yeah, but it's I mean, either way, this is basically going direct to streaming.
Yeah.
Which is another... That's
because they bought a Super Bowl ad for The Gorge.
That's confusing. And then just the fact that even though it is going basically straight to streaming, they're not even marketing that aspect of it. Like, that's nuts to me. But either way, it looks good. It looks good.
What? I wonder if it's going to streaming so early as like a replacement for the marketing budget. Like we'll just like, okay, if you have $500 million to spend on marketing for your stuff for the year.
Right.
And you have F1 and you have this movie.
You're saying they probably dumped like 350 of that into F1.
Yeah, you know F1 is not going to be popular by word of mouth. Because it's just not. That movie's extremely goofy. It was fun. We do not preach... We're not singing the praises of that movie from the mountaintops, right? So that one's going to need the boost. It's also much more broad appeal.
Yeah, it's a big, dumb, loud
Whereas
blockbuster.
this one, if it's good and it goes to streaming early, people will talk about it.
So you're thinking this is just throw it out and hope people are yapping about it in a month?
Yeah, because if you have like this one that could potentially be a mass market appeal, or this one that is high quality,
because it's going to theaters.
You want to maximize word of mouth for the one that you think can hold that water.
It's going
F1
to
was
theaters
never gonna hold
presumably because the window's so short, just so it can be qualify for the Oscars.
Yeah. This is they're banking everything on just like word of mouth. I think for this movie.
Yeah, it's a dumb strategy to me. I would have at least just put it out so people know that it's like a real movie.
Yeah.
The Conjuring Last Rites got another trailer. It's the final in quotes Conjuring movie because these movies always make money. They'll do something else with this brand. I've only seen the first one. I'm slowly gonna make my way through the whole universe and the build up.
I care so little,
and I didn't expect
universe.
you to at all. Looks like every other Conjuring universe thing, which is the most generic horror movie you've ever seen in your entire life.
I love that news reporter though. He looks like a freaking news reporter, dude. The trench coat, the blue thing on the microphone, the haircut. Dude, that's the most news reporter.
That's a newsman right there.
Reporter of all time.
Okay, let's get out of these trailers, Sam. Let's talk about some other news stories throughout the week. There was an article in The Wrap by Drew Taylor about Disney's streaming strategy and what went wrong with it and how it hurt all their big brands.
Someone cooked on the thumbnail for this article. What on earth is this?
So Bob Chapek apparently... So a lot of the blame goes on Chapek here, who was the CEO of Disney. He started in 2020 and was fired in late 2023.
He was the second
22.
Bob.
He was the second Bob. It was Bob Iger. Bob Iger was the one who launched Disney Plus in 2019 and began their whole streaming content initiative.
He pivoted their entire business model to streaming.
Yeah.
Dipped.
And then he dipped. Bob Chapek came in.
Basically took over right during the...
COVID happened.
Yeah, the fall.
And then he had to double down. So apparently the fire hose of content strategy is mainly being placed on him, although that's not entirely his fault.
Yeah. I think he definitely inherited more of this disaster than he is responsible for.
In terms of their three big brands, which are Star Wars, Marvel, and Pixar, Star Wars series launched big with The Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2, obviously. And then the rest of the series have been on a steady decline in viewership. It bottomed out with Skeleton Crew, which didn't even make the Nielsen top 10.
That makes sense.
In any point during its run, which means we have no viewership data on it. The only show that built up its audience from premiere to finale was Andor.
So that means more people watched it as it continued.
It was building over time. The premiere of season 1 built to the finale of season 1, and then more people watched season 2 from its premiere to its finale.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that one built, presumably because that's the good one.
That does surprise me, though, because I think the first episode of Andor season 2 is by far the worst one.
It's the slowest.
Yeah, just because he spends most of the episode, like, hiding in a random jungle with, like, characters that we don't care about and never see again, trying to kill each other over things that make no sense.
But either way, that show is a remarkable achievement of television.
Profoundly better than anything Disney Star Wars has produced.
Maybe ever.
Maybe ever.
So that's the good one. So that one built up like that. But the rest of them, including even Ahsoka, which got renewed for a second season, started off pretty strong and then dipped.
Yeah, and then started
considerably.
to decline.
Besides that second season of Ahsoka, there are no live action Star Wars shows in the works at all. They're pivoting back to trying to make movies again, which obviously starts with The Mandalorian and Grogu next May, and then this Sean Levy, Ryan Gosling Starfighter movie is starting to come together. They just cast Matt Smith today.
Yeah, Matt Smith as the
villain. reprising his role from
I don't know
Morbius
how I feel about Starfighter.
as a title or as a concept.
Both. Like, the more I hear about it, the more I'm like, eh.
I mean, just Sean Levy does not exactly excite me.
Yeah, he doesn't get me excited.
I like
Ryan
Gosling, man. That's a
great,
charisma machine.
But he's only as good as whatever he's working with.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
that,
if you give him subpar material,
that doesn't fill me with confidence. And what was the last movie that he played the villain in?
Matt Smith?
Mm-hmm.
He was in... There's this little
unknown project.
A little unknown indie film named Morbius.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not his fault.
That's not his fault. But
at all.
Like,
He was probably the best part of that.
he probably was.
Remember the dance he does?
He does do a dance.
He does the
dance.
dance.
The sexy dance.
Does the sexy dance.
Yeah, that's a movie.
Anyway, but in terms of just like, Ahsoka season 2 is not due till like Q3 next year, which is crazy. That's like a 3-year turnaround.
Having nothing on the roster. Not even. Well, no, they have the Darth Maul show, right?
But that's an animated thing. They're not doing any other live action stuff.
I'm fine with that.
Honestly. I am too. I think they did too much. I think they were really bad at picking what should have been a movie and what should have been a show.
Skeleton Crew should have been a movie.
Probably. Obi-Wan should have been a movie.
Obi-Wan was supposed to be a movie.
Yeah, and they pivoted
Boba Fett
it to a miniseries.
also supposed to be a movie.
And the other thing was like Boba Fett and Acolyte and Ahsoka, which all probably should have been shows. They all needed to be better because they were all mediocre to bad.
They were splintered across several different.
And we'll talk about Marvel
properties.
here in a second. But I think the same thing happened with Marvel that happened with Star Wars, which was they developed all of these projects internally with no outside help.
Yeah.
And Lucasfilm and Marvel Studios had no experience or infrastructure or really any creative people on board who knew television.
Yeah.
They didn't have any TV producers or a TV arm. They were movie producers making television shows, which is part of the reason they were so expensive.
Yeah. I think, Marvel had TV people. They just chose...
Well, they fired them all.
Yeah, they chose not to use any of them until it was far too late.
And now they're building out a television and an animation wing, but we're 5 years into the Disney Plus experiment at this point.
Yeah, and it's, at least from Marvel, like, honestly, I feel like the the quality consistency of the Marvel series has been better than the Star Wars ones. Like, the Marvel shows are not better than the peak Star Wars shows, but they're all closer together in quality.
Yeah, equally
they're
disposable.
All more mid. Yeah. Like, I would say Falcon and the Winter Soldier and, like, WandaVision and, like, they're all closer together. Like, Loki is really, really good, and that's really the only one, and the rest are all about the same. Like, Agatha All Along I would put in the same bucket with the other two.
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars, like...
Whereas Star Wars, you'll have, like...
or you can't even factor in because it's just so much better. But even like Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2 are considerably better than a lot of the other
season 3
stuff
is
they
like
put out.
just kind of a mess.
But I think that's a main thing. I think that's a thing people really don't talk about a lot is, and we always talked about it in terms of structure. Like none of these shows were ever structured like television shows. They were always structured like 6-hour movies that they chopped up into
which is why
parts.
Things only happen in the first, third, and last episode for all of these shows.
Because it was a first act, a prolonged, unfocused, uncoordinated second act,
and then a third act,
and then a rushed third act that lasted 30 minutes. Like they didn't know how to. They did not find creatives who I think knew how to write television.
Yeah,
or producers that knew how to like put a television episode together.
Because like Acolyte has a lot of cool moments, but they're highly concentrated in very specific episodes, and they're all just kind of a waste of time.
It was usually like
same thing with Ahsoka. There's like 2 standout episodes, and then the rest is all just nothing happening. Same with even like WandaVision. I would say WandaVision escapes it a little bit just because they started off with each episode as a different era of television thing, which gave it a little bit more...
No, WandaVision is the only one that ended up playing with the format at all.
Yeah.
Like, but then you immediately dovetailed into Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which was like a mediocre Marvel movie.
Just a Marvel movie that
just
you had
cut up
stretched
into
out.
6 parts.
And even then, they cut out much of the plot due to COVID because it was like virus related.
Because they didn't want to do
which is stupid,
COVID stuff.
Guys. It's fine.
I love the idea that they were they were stressed that everyone had like a collective PTSD flashback if they were to hear anything about a virus.
Just so well. I mean, to be fair, it was like ongoing.
Still,
like,
everyone could have honestly.
That was a
they
ridiculous
probably would
decision.
have gotten a level of critical praise for being like, "Oh my gosh, it's so relevant to now.
Yeah, it's so timely.
Yeah.
Because like, it's not like they would have been praising the virus as
No.
like a good thing.
we
like,
should get a virus."
Like, what do you? I don't. That's just a non-issue.
Anyway, yeah, Marvel is also. We talked about this last week, but they're blaming the theatrical underperformance a lot on the shows. I think that's partially true, but Fantastic Four dropped really significantly in its second week after slightly coming in below expectations in its opening, and that's getting all good reviews and is completely unrelated to everything else. I do think there's a degree of just the general audience, they just are not as interested in the MCU stuff.
There is a group of people who are just permanently done with the MCU.
Yeah, and it's not, I don't think, even if it's really good, I think they've just had their fix.
And I think it's really a post-Endgame thing. I don't even think it's a quality control thing. I mean, I think that's part of it, but I think, honestly, more than anything else, it's just a post-Endgame.
I think it's, yeah, I think you're right. I think there was a degree of it was knocked off post-Endgame, but then there was like this 2022 stretch
Of really,
where it was like
stinkers.
Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, Doctor Strange 2, Thor Love and Thunder, She-Hulk, and then Black Panther. But then after Black Panther was Ant-Man 3.
Yeah.
And honestly, that...
Just a big tide of stinkers.
Where even though there was like some quality
Although
exceptions...
I did like Moon Knight, but I just guess because I like Moon Knight.
But even though there was some exceptions, it was just like there was too much and none of it was remarkable.
Yeah.
And they were
by the time they did start to get some more quality on the board, like with Spider-Man No Way Home and like Guardians of the Galaxy 3, people are so burnt out with the irrelevant ones and the ones that suck.
Yeah, I think a lot
didn't even mention Eternals. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I saw a post on Twitter the other day, and it was like these 4 movies irrevocably damage the MCU's reputation, and Eternals wasn't even on there, and I was like, yeah, wow, Eternals is just so completely superfluous to everything that just no one even remembers.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time, but the flooding the zone was too much, and like again, I was just like, it was all just superhero stuff.
Yeah,
like they didn't like it wasn't like even early days Marvel where it was like this one is a World War II movie, this one's a space movie. It was just
all the same.
It was just like this is all superhero stuff.
Yeah, because Marvel
did a splurge of
decent
stuff.
job of like it's this movie, but there's a superhero.
Yeah,
like Thor is a fantasy movie, but there's a superhero. Captain America is a World War II movie, but there's a superhero. Like there was always just a movie,
another angle,
and there's a superhero. Yeah. Then they were just like, yeah, it's a superhero.
Yeah,
and that's it. That's the.
And I think that started happening around Endgame, where everything was just like, some portal's gonna open up, and some guys are gonna fly out, and we're all just gonna hit it.
And Infinity War, that's fine, because that is the culmination of all these other things, and the only common thread
you gotta simplify it.
Yeah, the only common threads you have between all of these different characters is they're all superheroes. So you gotta lean more into like the generic superhero angle. But once you're done, like Doctor Strange, I would say Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness tried to be like witchcraft and magic, but it just sucked.
There
so
were
bad
like
it didn't matter.
horror elements, but it's
Yeah.
really just nonsense.
They failed miserably.
Okay.
Right. Pixar.
Pixar's an interesting one because they were forced to send 3 original movies, Soul, Luca, and Turning Red, straight to Disney Plus, basically at the direct order of Bob Chapek.
Yeah, they did not get a choice.
And then they were also at the same time tasked with developing original series for Disney Plus, which took 5 years to culminate with Win or Lose, which was their first half-hour series earlier this year.
I think it's safe to say
which had a very
only half-hour
soft launch. They also produced Dream Productions, which was a shorter 3-episode show. They had a 3rd series in development, but they took that premise and have shifted it to a movie, and they have nothing else in the works for Disney Plus.
Is that?
We don't know. It's a mystery project.
Oh, okay.
So they are no longer producing anything for Disney Plus. No more original Pixar series, no more original Pixar movies for Disney Plus. Star Wars, no more live action stuff for now. They'll probably come back to it eventually, but not right now. And then Marvel is still producing both, but they're trying to slow down the pipeline considerably and develop more than they produce.
Yeah.
Overall, across everything, they are producing, and you'll notice this Disney Plus is producing very little original content right now.
Yeah, they don't have. I think the only thing I recall them like releasing of note is Eyes of Wakanda,
Which was a Marvel thing, and that was
and that's
before the shifts.
Yeah, that's like a nothing show.
That
so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. But like in general, anything you see on Disney Plus that's like original is either probably something Hulu put out and it's just on there, or is like a Disney Channel show that also goes day and day to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on with their streaming strategy. I think this is pretty clearly what they should have done to begin with. The main draw of Disney Plus has and always will be the backlog.
Yeah.
If you ever look at the streaming charts every single week for years at this point, Moana and The Simpsons and Family Guy and Frozen and Encanto are like always on there.
Yeah.
That is what drives Disney Plus, is just like those 6 or 7 big library titles that mostly families just have on constantly.
Yeah.
Mainly Moana.
There is always a little girl watching Moana.
The little girl is watching Moana on Disney Plus all the time, nonstop,
Yes.
every minute of every day, and has been for years. So that's really what drives it. I don't think they need to really produce that much original content for Disney Plus at all. Like, I just don't see the necessity of it.
Yeah.
Something like HBO needs to produce high quality, original, adult oriented shows,
Yeah.
because
That's
that's the draw of HBO.
They've chosen that is what their niche is.
They have a backlog. Warner Brothers does.
Yeah.
But no one's watching. What's a Warner Brothers movie? No one's watching The Public Enemy
Sure.
like over and over and over again constantly.
Right.
Because Disney's that family brand and they have that mainly family oriented back
What about
catalog.
Spies in Disguise?
That's a Disney movie.
Oh yeah. I just thought Will Smith is usually Warner Brothers things.
So like they don't have that kid oriented back catalog. So they have to have a different strategy. I think.
Yeah, because even superheroes is like older teen or like teens and like older kids.
Yeah, and even then they don't have the MCU's got 40 plus
Yeah.
movies and shows of catalog.
If
and
you just want superheroes, that's the better deal.
HBO Max got like the DCEU stuff. So I think their strategies have to be different. I think Hulu is the one putting out the original cool new adult oriented live action shows, whether it's The Bear or Alien Earth is coming out.
Yeah.
Shogun, like that's FX and Hulu are doing that for them.
Who needs to pick a thing?
What do you mean?
Like they just post like the most random things. Like
What do you
Bear,
mean post?
Like upload, like
Make.
Yeah, like it's on their platform, but like they don't even make a lot of it. They just like have the distribution for it. Like Gumball. Like that's such a random thing for them to pick up.
I guess. I would think it's just because the Gumball library does really well on Hulu. The past 6 seasons are all streaming on there, and they probably get a lot of play.
Yeah. And again, like for some reason, Warner Brothers has just decided.
And HBO Max has deleted all of their cartoons.
Yeah, they have no
It's all gone.
They've deleted all of it,
except for I think like Adventure Time and Regular Show. Everything else is gone.
Yeah, and that's only because Adventure Time is getting a.
Yeah, they are making a show.
They're making a spin-off, and Regular Show is like, arguably, you could say it targets like an older audience.
Yeah. All of their like classic Cartoon Network stuff is purged from
Yeah, it's
HBO
gone.
Max. It's
So
all
is that
on.
going to Hulu? Like, where's that going?
I think they're just selling it to whoever wants it,
Interesting.
whether it's
All right.
Prime or Netflix or Hulu or wherever.
That's just sad though. That's not to see.
Spider-Man 4 and Marvel updates. Big Spider-Man 4 news week because they started shooting this week.
We actually got
in Scotland.
We saw a clip of Spider-Man swinging around.
Right,
chasing a
we have
truck.
some on-set footage of him swinging around and explosions.
Yeah. Not much story to be gleaned there, but we can assume he's like stopping a car chase.
Mark Ruffalo and Michael Mando have joined the cast as Bruce Banner / Hulk, obviously, and then Michael Mando appeared in Homecoming as Mac Gargan, aka who would become Scorpion.
I think they are loosely following the plot of the game.
And they are obviously our previously announced cast includes John Bernthal as Punisher, Sadie Sink, Lisa Colin-Zayas, and then Zendaya and Jacob Batalon are returning as MJ and Ned.
Yeah.
How again? I think we posed this question before. Do they remember immediately, or do they remember at the end of the movie that Peter Parker exists? When will they do the big memory moment and they do a big kiss? Because I believe the reason, or at least partially the reason they did this, was that in the case that Tom Holland and Zendaya were to break up in real life,
They have an out.
they would have an out.
Yeah. They can swap to Gwen Stacy or
whoever
someone else. Yeah.
But they're getting married, so they're
So they're-
bought in for now.
as far as we can tell, they're locked in.
They're locked in,
And I don't
so we
think
don't
they've
gotta dump this. We can
publicly
keep it.
dated any other like stars. So like they seem to be.
No, they seem to be locked in now and have
They
been for a
seem to
while.
be good.
Yeah.
Like, no like gossip news about them falling apart that I'm aware of. I'm sure it exists, but I haven't seen it. They seem to be steady, so that's a good. That's good for their like on-screen.
Now what they have to
romance
worry about is Tom Holland and Jacob Batalon beef.
here. Does Tom Holland have beef with
And I'm saying
Who-
that's
what?
that's the biggest concern now.
who is that?
Ned,
Oh,
CEO of
Ned.
Sex.
Right.
What if
I
they
think
have
they're
beef?
chill. I honestly have a feeling they just don't really interact much outside of the movie.
yeah.
And I think they'll be fine. I think they like each other enough that like they get along on set and they don't really interact much outside of that.
No, but I think that was part of the reason behind it. But I think now that is probably settled,
Now that
or
we
as
know
settled as
that's
that
a
can
lock,
be,
yeah.
they gotta dive back into that storyline.
Yeah, which is fine.
Or maybe
Honestly,
she'll take a back seat just because she's busy. She's in a lot of stuff coming up. I don't know if Euphoria's even done shooting yet. I think that might still be
I think
going.
Euphoria is shooting. Period.
Oh, you don't think they've ever started?
I don't think they have started.
So that like set photo they put out, you don't believe that? You think that's like AI?
That's it. I think that's
They
all
shot like,
have.
well, we have set footage of them.
Yeah, I think they spent one day on set. and
Sydney
they took
Sweeney
some
was
pictures.
there's some footage of her, and Coleman Domingo says they're filming, and Hans Zimmer's doing the score.
I don't know.
It's coming in 27, I think, is when they said that's coming out.
I think they're just saying that.
Anyway, that's not relevant. Do you think they have a backseat, or do you think they just resolve it instantly?
I think they'll resolve it towards the middle of the movie.
Do you think it'll be like a plot thing, or do you think it'll just be something basically happening in the background?
No, I think it. I mean, I don't think it will be the main plot.
I'll give them this. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
Like based on what they're putting together, like I don't know what they're cooking.
so
Could be really cool, or it could be
Here
awful.
is what I assume is going on based on
Based on
this.
Hulk, Punisher, Scorpion, and some unknown actors.
Yeah. So
appearing.
Scorpion breaks out of jail.
Okay.
In the meantime, Mr. Negative is like running his gang.
Just to be clear for everybody, Mr. Negative is highly speculated to be in this because there was a photo on set of like a truck with like a little demon
and it
guy
had his,
drawn
yeah, it
on
had
it.
his emblem on it.
Yeah.
Which
Could just be a reference, or it could mean he's in the movie.
I assume he's gonna be running his gang.
Because Feast also appeared in No Way Home,
Yeah,
because that's where Aunt May worked.
works.
Yeah.
And that's also where she works in the game as well.
Yeah.
And again, I think that
The
this one,
PlayStation 4 game.
yeah, I think this one will be heavily inspired by the events of that game. At least as far as the
It's
base
sort
premise.
of picking up at a similar place in Peter's life, I would assume.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're skipping college or if he will be in college in this.
I think he's gonna be going to like
because in
community
real life
college.
he would be done at this point.
Well, yeah, but he's not 30 in the movie, I don't think.
Yeah.
Um,
Tom Holland's 30.
yes. So I think Mr. Negative's running his gang. I think Scorpion starts working for him, and like the Punisher gets involved. Punisher's just gunning dudes down because that's what he does.
Well, in a non-graphic, non-cursing sense, because this is now a family property.
Right.
Which is another interesting part to me, is what is Punisher doing in what has to be a very family-friendly movie?
Yeah. I think Scorpion is too strong for Punisher to deal with because he's got like
The big robot tail.
Yeah.
Who made his big robot tail?
we could just say Mr. Negative.
Oh, you know who's still running around? The Tinkerer from Homecoming. He's still running around. It was him.
Was he in home? Oh,
Yeah, he makes the Vulture suit.
yeah, but he's not
And the
really
Shocker
a
glove.
villain. He just kind of was working.
I'm just wondering who can
Yeah.
make big evil scorpion tail.
I feel like we're done with the Chitauri tech.
I don't think it doesn't have to be a Jatari thing, but he can make big tech.
Yeah, he could maybe.
He can make a big scorpion
Maybe
tail.
he'll be working for Mr. Negative.
Okay, sure.
Sure. I think Mr. Negative will be like the ringmaster though.
I would think, because none of the Scorpion's not a main villain. Scorpion's a brute.
Yeah, he's a guy for
and
hire.
I don't think Liza Colin-Zayas or Sadie Sink are playing the main villain.
No. That would surprise me.
I'm subscribing. I believe that the theory that Sadie Sink is playing Tobey Maguire's daughter.
Could see that, but why would she be here?
Because of multiverse shenanigans. Because this is going to have to tie into Doomsday and Secret Wars somehow. And Sony wants as much synergy between the three Spider-Mans as physically possible all the time.
Yeah, I could see that.
And that's a way of including them without including them.
We could have it so, like, Mr. Negative is, like, trying to open a multiverse portal, right?
Or trying to stop a multiverse portal.
No, he's the villain, so he's got to be the
No,
one
but he can be trying to stop it, but it's also, like, going to kill the city block of New York in the process.
Well, because I think he's trying to steal stuff to make the portal.
His motivation in the game is that he hates Norman Osborn. He wants to kill Norman Osborn.
But we're not doing that.
But we can't. Norman's Osborn's
So I think his goal will be more or less the same as Kingpin's in Spider-Verse, where for whatever reason, maybe to cure his negativeness, he needs to open a portal.
I think it'll be like semi-selfless. I think he's just going to murder a lot of people in the process.
He will have a portal that he's trying to open at the beginning. It busts up. It goes wrong.
Okay.
Sadie Sink.
Now that's literally just Spider-Verse.
Yeah, but that's fine. Sadie Sink, Spider-Girl gets stuck in the 616 universe. And then Mr. Negative hires Scorpion to help him get the materials to rebuild it. In the meantime, Punisher is also working his way through that gang because we know Punisher likes to kill gangs. He does that.
That's his thing. That special he's doing is filming right now. Have you seen the costume?
Yeah, I did. It looks cool.
That's a comic accurate suit.
I don't know if I like his beard though. His beard's too big.
It's a pretty big beard, but that skull looks pretty
sick.
Nice. Yeah.
And so the starting conflict I think will mostly be between Spider-Man and the Punisher, as this before Spider-Man.
I want to do a kill. I don't want you to do a kill.
Yeah, that'll be their main conflict, and that's always Spider-Man and Punisher.
Which is also the conflict of the last movie. But continue.
During that, Spider-Man starts to learn more and more about what Mr. Negative is doing. And then, Sadie Sink obviously shows up and she's like, I need help getting back to my world. I know you're a spider person. Help me out. Peter goes, I know a guy who can help. For some reason, he doesn't call Doctor Strange and he calls Bruce Banner instead because we're not doing magic this time. So then Bruce Banner's like, yep, these are all the exact materials you need to build a dimension portal. So we got to stop him from doing that. And then they all team up to stop him. Except for the Hulk doesn't. Just Bruce Banner, because the Hulk's expensive.
Okay, here's the thing. This was supposed to come out after Doomsday. It's now coming out before, because Doomsday got delayed.
Right.
Not in the cast announcement for Doomsday were Mark Ruffalo, John Bernthal, and Tom Holland. So I would think this is happening concurrently to Doomsday. Or at least right before. Because it can't be after.
Okay.
You thought it was going to be after originally, but it can't be now.
That 100% confirms that Doomsday is taking place in Fantastic Four world.
Okay. See, that's the dumbest possible option. Because what?
Yeah. Because, number one, we know from what they've said that, the Baxter building is going to have a lot of people in it.
I don't know why you're taking that as any sort of significant.
Hang on. If Mark Ruffalo's not in Doomsday, and it's because this is happening concurrently and he's doing whatever this is instead.
Yeah.
I assume that's because all the Doomsday characters are on that world dealing with Doom.
I would think it's because everyone else is in this group over here and Hulk is off helping Spider-Man because Spider-Man's also not with the other characters over here.
Right, but if Doomsday was happening in this universe, it would be a much more pressing issue than Mr. Negative's making a dimension portal.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It could be bigger, and that's why that's why I'm thinking it has to be multiverse.
But related. I think if it was bigger, then we'd have more than just the Hulk.
Oh, we have Punisher too.
Punisher, okay.
Punisher is really weird to me.
Yeah,
it's weird that he's in this.
That confirms to me that this is mostly
and
a street level thing.
And it would make me have to think it's more street level.
This has to be just a street level thing.
But also Sony won't let it be a street level thing.
You can still have multiverse shenanigans going on.
In terms of how, just timeline wise, this was supposed to come out, it has to have something tied to multiverse stuff.
I think that's what Sadie Sink is there for. She's our multiverse hopping person.
Okay. By the way, what do we think of the suit?
Suit looks cool.
I like it.
I like how it kind of blends.
I like that it looks
from each one.
A lot like the other one.
It blends a little bit from the MCU.
It's got raised webbing, the Tobey
it
Maguire.
blends a little bit from Tobey Maguire, and the spider reminds me a lot of the Andrew Garfield suit. I think.
Yeah, it's also got very similar colors to the Andrew Garfield suit.
Yeah, and I think those other Spider-Men inspiring this one to like make his suit look more like theirs. I think that's a fun idea.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
I also like the chunky
the big
web shooters.
The big web shooters.
That makes it look more homemade.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it doesn't look homemade at all because no broke 20-year-old will be able to build this in their apartment.
Yeah.
But either way, if one were to do it, they probably wouldn't get the web shooters to be that big around.
Yeah. This is it's not realistic, but it
no,
feels more
but
realistic.
I'm pro. This suit looks really good.
Yeah.
Obviously, I got to see it in action before I know if it's my favorite one or not.
I saw some people upset that the final swing suit isn't the suit. That's dumb.
I mean, it looks a lot like it. I mean, it's about as...
It looks enough like it.
Honestly, it looks a little better.
I agree. And it looks close enough that we can just say, yeah, it's the same suit.
Also, the final swing suit wasn't real. That was all CG.
Yeah,
this is obviously like mostly a real suit, which is a big difference for them. I mean, we're used to behind-the-scenes footage of Tom Holland running around in the mocap suit the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like it looks like really the only difference between the two is like the blue is a little bit of.
So this comes out before Doomsday now?
Yeah. So this is going to be out in July. This is the next MCU movie.
Yeah.
This comes out late July next year. Doomsday is currently scheduled for December of next year, but we both think that's going to get pushed back because they're still shooting it.
They're still writing it.
And they're still writing it. We have a little more Doomsday talk after this.
I think this was originally. The main cast of the Avengers would have been dealing with Doom on wherever, either Battleworld here in space somewhere, or...
I think we're saving Battleworld for Secret Wars.
Right. I'm saying whatever the Doom threat is.
Whatever Doom.
They gotta be
whatever's
Doom.
going on with Doom. Yeah. He wants Franklin.
It would make sense for Doomsday to mostly take place in Fantastic Four world, since we know Doom's from there now.
I think they're just...
Because he obviously has to leave. And there has to be a fight before he leaves. Because they got to try and stop him from leaving. Because when he leaves, that's going to be part of his evil
I think
plan.
we're crashing multiverse together. We know that the Fantastic Four are coming to 616. Like, we know that's happening.
Yeah, we saw that happen.
Their ship is there. Or we saw their ship. I think what we're going to see is, because of just... And hold with me for a second, because I know you're going to want to jump in. We saw in Fantastic Four First Steps, spoilers for that movie, that Reed Richards' first solution to Galactus coming is to teleport the entire Earth out of the way to get away from Galactus, right?
Right.
Doom is coming for Franklin. I think an idea he's going to have is put Franklin on a spaceship and send him to another universe so Doom can't get him.
Yeah, but he wouldn't send Franklin on his own.
Well, he'll probably send like the Thing with him. Like one of the Fantastic Four. Probably Johnny so that he can do banter.
No, Johnny has to stay behind because he dies.
Oh, well, he's not going to die in these movies.
Why not?
Because it's too early. We got to do more Fantastic Four movies, and he's one of the four.
I mean, do we really think Pedro Pascal's gonna survive? He's already 60.
Oh, but maybe they'd recast, but I don't think they'd kill off Mr. Fantastic.
If you recast him, you kill him.
Sort of, but they don't need to recast Johnny Storm. He's like 30 years old.
Yeah, but I only say that because he's the one that dies in the comics.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll die here. That's a later storyline.
Yeah,
we don't got to jam that in.
Kind of a later story. We're blending a lot of different storylines here.
He will send Franklin on a ship to the 616 universe.
Yeah.
I think the rest of Fantastic Four, or some of them, will be like held captive by Doom. And so some of our Avengers will have to go free them in their dimension and then come back.
Well,
and regroup in 616.
But we know Franklin is with Doom, though.
Well, in that post-credit scene, that doesn't mean you
and
suspend
in the concept art, which is
from Secret Wars on Battleworld. So that's a separate thing.
Yeah.
Because that's when Doom makes Battleworld, and like his life is Reed Richards' life.
Yeah.
And that's his son. Either way, I think that's more what's going on here. Just based on Reed Richards being a kind of an idiot in Fantastic Four.
Well, I mean, his plan made sense.
Not really. That would have killed everybody on the planet.
The second plan made no sense. His first plan made sense.
Teleport Galactus away makes more sense than teleport the entire Earth.
How?
Because if you teleport the Earth to an entire new solar system, it will throw off the axis of the planet's rotation and stick it in an entirely new galaxy.
You don't think he like calibrated it so that the rotation's the same?
Okay, even if he gets it to like the millisecond of the millisecond, not a single difference. It doesn't throw it off at all. Like, just what would happen?
Because he picked a specific solar system that was the same as. Like,
but you would have to pick not only the same, it'd have to be the same distance from the sun. you'd have to be at the same point in your rotation, and you'd have to be at the same point in rotating around that sun at the exact same difference, at the exact same distance.
It could be a different time of day. That wouldn't affect.
Not even time of day, but just seasons. Like if the seasons shifted that drastically that fast, it would wipe out like millions of people.
I mean, it would disrupt like some supply chains, but like I think
not even supply. That would throw off major aspects of the Earth's climate.
Yeah, but like slightly. Again, he specifically
if it happened within a second, it would be it would be bad.
He specifically says that they're going to a habitable zone that is the same as like their current solar system.
Everything would have to go off down to like the millisecond of the millisecond in terms of where you are in the rotation, how the Earth is spinning.
I trust Mr. Fantastic, literally the smartest dude in the multiverse, to calculate.
But calculating all that, coordinating the entire world's like infrastructure and government,
to build the machines, the math
build the machines, to activate them all at the same time, and to do that all before Galactus shows up. Why was that easier than just shoving Galactus in a portal, which is what they ended up doing?
I think,
and even how they went about shoving him in a portal was dumb.
Because that puts the baby at risk, and that was his goal was to avoid that.
Again, he could have done that even better. Also,
I mean, he could have maybe built like
the fact that he ran up there and switched him out by hand was real dumb.
Oh yeah, no, that
just
was
make
dumb.
it a trapdoor lever situation.
The whole second plan,
and wait for him to be standing on the platform before you switch it out.
The whole second plan is very stupid.
I'm saying he could have just done that plan to begin with, but better, instead of trying to teleport the entire planet to a new solar system.
Yeah, but I think if you can avoid Galactus altogether, that would be.
But also, like,
best,
what if they just found them again?
Well, he said that would happen, but it wouldn't happen for billions of years because they'd be so far away. Like it would take them that long to get there. Except Silver Surfer could probably get there.
Surfer could probably get there pretty fast.
But Galactus isn't as fast as Silver Surfer.
Either way, it's a bad solution. You teleport Galactus away, he's gone forever. You don't know.
No, that teleporter only teleports.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a ship, so he's just in the middle of space. So he can't do anything.
Silver Surfer can just push him.
Push him to a planet.
He's weightless. He's in space. Silver Surfer can just push him. Push him to a planet. He literally could.
So let's talk about some other Marvel updates. There was an article by in Variety by Tatiana Siegel, talking about how Marvel is kind of internally resetting their barometers of success because China box office is gone basically for all Hollywood movies. So relying on that like $200 million from China that's going to kick the global box office to $1 billion is pretty much just
anymore.
Gone. Yeah. That's never going to happen ever again. Director Jake Schreier and writer Michael Leslie are retooling the X-Men script. Apparently casting for that's going to begin soon. However, 2027 is too early. They're looking at further down the line, and it won't be A-listers as the X-Men because they want to keep the budget down and pay some unknown actors to do it instead.
That's fine. I mean, that's how they started.
That makes sense.
That's how they more or less started off the MCU.
Same with Guardians as well. The Guardians were all lesser known actors.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. I honestly prefer that.
Well, if you prefer that, you'll probably be on board with the fact that Robert Downey Jr. is making $100 million for Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Why would that make me on board with that?
And has made between $500 to $600 million total from his MCU work.
I mean, that makes sense. Well, yeah, but he also has like the merchandising rights for Iron Man.
That's $500 million, man.
Yeah, that makes sense. He gets like 100% of like the toy sales.
No, I'm sure he's got back end. He's got merch likeness rights on top of the salary he's getting paid up front. He's probably got stock in Disney as well.
Yeah. No, he's good. He's chilling.
No, he's probably he's worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
But that's insane though. That's like, do you know how many movies alone you could just make? Entire movies you could make for $100 million.
Like basically,
you could make $10 million movies.
You could make any movie
with Robert Downey Jr.'s salary for Doomsday and Secret Wars.
If you are like smart about who you hire, you could make literally any movie you could possibly dream of.
They're also paying the Russos a lot, and apparently they're also paying Hemsworth a lot. Hemsworth is apparently getting a sizable check, and I'm sure because he's definitely in it. I'm sure Evans is getting a big check too for.
I assume any Legacy Avenger is getting.
Yeah, I'm sure they've all negotiated. I don't know what Ruffalo's deal looks like though.
If he's in Spider-Man, I assume it's not the best.
Yeah. Feel bad.
But he's also probably like he's usually in it the least.
He's not one of the big three. He's not one of the trio. The reboot of Blade is apparently on the back burner. They're just letting that go.
You know what? If I were Disney at this point, what I would do is I would just sit on that until we're done with the whatever soft reboot it is we're doing.
Yeah.
And then we just
You can't do it with Mahershala now. He's too old.
Yeah, we just spit that out with a new guy.
He'd be in his
when
mid-50s
we
if
reset.
you started shooting that today by the time
Unless
it came
the
out.
story is that he's training like a younger, hotter Blade apprentice,
Which is stupid
character.
because he's immortal. Or like semi-immortal.
We can say, oh, he was hit with a vampire
Age ray that
yeah,
makes...
or whatever the excuse is. He's got vampire cancer or something. I don't know.
There's also no movement on a fourth Deadpool. Apparently that's not a priority either.
If that is a thing, that'll be part of the X-Men stuff.
I think he'll just show up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently they're very excited about a Black Panther 3. Ryan Coogler's gonna come back and Denzel Washington's gonna be in that. Apparently.
How is Denzel Washington going to be in Black Panther?
Probably just like a guy on the council or whatever. He's not gonna do anything other than probably sit in a chair and talk.
He could be the villain.
I don't think he'd do that.
He'd be a sick villain.
He's a villain in Gladiator 2.
Yeah, okay.
I'm saying, okay,
No.
you're Denzel Washington, right? You're doing a Marvel movie because Ryan Coogler is your friend and you're doing him a favor. You're not going to be like one of the main guys. You're going to be like, he's going to basically be doing the Angela Bassett role, which is to be in a couple scenes, have some gravitas, and not do a whole lot. Maybe die. Probably die because he's not going to do more than one of these.
Be like
Probably like, I don't know.
Shuri's uncle.
Well, if this takes place after the reboot,
He could be anyone.
he could be
He could be
the king.
T'Chaka.
He could be the king of Wakanda.
Wait, is the
But he's not gonna do an African accent. He's gonna have an American accent. He's gonna have to be someone from America.
How do we do Black? Do we keep baby T'Challa as that? Are we doing
You
anything
age him
with that,
up.
or are we just skipping?
I think
that?
they're doing that. I
We
think
just ignoring.
I don't
that
think they're
we brought
ignoring
up.
that. I think they would just age him up real fast.
Like when the universe resets.
Yeah,
he
he's just
gets
older. Yeah, he's 20 instead of 5. Then you can keep the rest of the supporting cast around. Then you don't have to change all of them.
Yeah, you could do that. It'd just be strange.
A little bit, but I think people would adjust.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason to do that unless you are planning on having him be Black Panther at some point.
Unless you just wanted to be like, oh look, baby T'Challa.
But that was like,
Anyways.
okay,
'Cause that's something you could.
this dead real life actor's fictional character had a son.
Yeah. No, you could.
That's
just-
weird. It's just like, that's the tribute.
It's very bizarre, but like you could just be like, yeah, all right. Anyway, we're gonna reset. So that was just the thing that happened.
Yeah, I think it's more likely they would just age him up and everyone would call him T'Challa. They just wouldn't mention the fact that his dad is also T'Challa that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would just kind of get
T'Challa
over
the
it.
second.
Yeah, Shuri would be his aunt, but they'd be like almost contemporaries.
Is T'Challa's last name Tuh?
No,
Because his father's name was T'Chaka.
right.
So I assume that the surname is the Tuh. So is
Sure.
his surname just the letter T?
I'm sure their naming scheme works differently than us.
I mean, I assume so.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay. Sam, Sony. Oh, just in general, Black Panther 3, confidence level high or low? I mean, I don't know if it could get any higher.
I know nothing. Like I mean,
But we know Ryan Coogler.
Ryan Coogler's great.
So like
He can make a good movie.
1 and 2 were good, and I think 2. The bad parts of
But
2.
Sam Raimi can also make good movies.
Okay.
And I think it depends more on the context of like what he's given.
I think Ryan Coogler's got a better track record.
That's true, but he's also made less movies.
He's made less, but they've all been bangers.
Yeah.
And I think the big problems with Black Panther 2, which we both think is good.
Yeah, it's solid.
I think the big problems with that were the more like, you got to tie this into
That's
8
what
other
I'm
MCU
saying.
stuff.
Like
So I think if they just let him do his thing, I think we're in for a good time. If they make him try to cram in a Ironheart spinoff again on top of it, I think we're in for trouble.
and like Ironheart, dude, what are we doing? What do we do with that?
Mephisto shows up
What
again
do we do?
somewhere.
What do we
Okay,
do with that?
Sam, Sony Pictures, their favorite studio. They're making big moves.
They're always
Trying to make big IP out of nothing.
they're always doing something.
They're working on a Spider-Punk animated movie at Sony Pictures Animation. Daniel Kaluuya and Ajon Singh are going to write the script. Kaluuya is going to reprise his voice role from the Spider-Verse films, so presumably it'd be the same version of the
So this will
character.
come out when we are 35.
I believe this is the third announced spin-off of the Spider-Verse movies, none of which have come to fruition, including the third Spider-Verse movie, which is still not out for another 2 years, which means this will be out in 7 years, if it even gets made.
What, like, there's no way that anyone's gonna still care about Spider-Punk at that point, is there?
People always care about Spider-Man.
Yeah, But like that's Spider-Man.
Listen, Sony has got nothing. Like they've really got nothing. Their only thing is Spider-Man. So what they need to do, they couldn't get the villain stuff to work where it's like we're doing Venom,
Yeah.
but they did Venom worked, but everything else they tried didn't work.
Okay,
So the only thing else they can now try with the Spider-Man property is do different versions of Spider-Man but movies.
the way I would do is you wrap up Spider-Verse.
Right.
Get that third movie out, wrap that up, and you make some live action Miles Morales movies.
Okay. But what if we do live action Tom Holland movies? Right.
Right, but
Same time,
they're not doing that.
animated Spider-Verse movies, right?
Uh-huh.
Also at the same time, animated Spider-Verse movie spin-offs, and also at the same time, and live action Spider-Man villain spin-off movies that don't have
Well, we're
Spider-Man
not doing
in
the
them.
villain movies anymore.
Oh, they'll try it again
the
eventually.
Spunk is gone.
The Spunk is dead for now.
I don't think they can ever really kill it.
Buddy, Venom: The Last Dance made more than all the MCU movies have this year.
You know, I don't even think the Spunk is like killable because I don't think it was ever alive.
Venom was alive. They at the very least they'll try to do Venom again.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I think the Spunk is like a vampire. Like part of
like
it,
Michael Morbius.
part of it is like technically alive, but like it's really just a corpse being.
They've
puppeted
got
around by
their
Venom.
live action Spider Noir show coming out
Right, but
next
that's not
year.
gonna tie in
I guess
to
I don't know.
anything.
I guess that counts as a Spider-Verse spinoff because it's Nicolas Cage.
Sure.
Lord and Miller are involved with that one, and that one is Nick Cage.
Yeah,
so,
we'll say sure.
so that
Maybe.
one's a Spider-Verse spinoff. So I guess that one's got off the ground.
When does that come out?
Next year.
That takes too long. Why is it taking so long?
Well, that one's probably got a lot of VFX.
Just give it. Just put it out.
I don't think it's edited. I think it would just be raw footage of him on set.
Just put it out. Just do it. It's taking too long. What are you doing?
So yeah, they're doing that, and they want to do an animated female-led spinoff too. They're working on that. They got several irons in the fire. So I don't know. Something's got to work, right?
It's like there's.
We know Brand New Day will work, and we know Beyond the Spider-Verse will work.
That definitely works. And honestly, I don't even think an animated Spider-Man spin-off verse is a bad idea. There's no way they're going to be able to pump them out in a reasonable amount of time. 0% chance.
Daniel Kaluuya is also in
Especially
a cult
Spider-Punk.
right now.
Spider-Punk was like
The most difficult.
the most difficult character to animate in the whole movie. There's no way we're getting a timely spin-off of that movie.
You know what won't take nearly as much time? This is a sequel to My Best Friend's Wedding, the classic Julia Roberts rom-com from 1997. Celine's Song of Materialist and Past Lives fame is going to write the sequel. She's not going to direct. They're going to find someone else to do that, but she is writing currently My Best Friend's Wedding 2.
Awesome.
My other friend's wedding.
That's great.
Any opinions on
My
this?
second best friend's wedding.
Any opinions at all?
No, I've never even seen the first one.
Anything on rom-com sequels, Julia Roberts, Celine Song? Any opinions?
Celine Song, I'm not a huge fan. I thought Materialist was kind of boring and kind of just spun its wheels for too much of the movie.
Okay.
I don't
Do we think
know how well her writing style will translate to a rom-com, if it even is a rom-com.
it would have to be? The first one is a straight-up rom-com.
Yeah, Materialist also pretended
Materialist
to be
is a
rom-com.
romantic drama that was sold as a rom-com
Yeah.
to make money.
But I have a feeling like she was supposed to make a rom-com and then that's what like she came up with. So I don't know if that's like a thing
I think that
that's
was
in her
a movie
wheelhouse.
she wanted to make, and A24 was like, if we sell it like this, we can make a little
Yeah,
bit
I don't know.
more.
We'll see.
I
I don't care about really Julia Roberts.
take or leave, Julia.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Do
It
we
is what it
think?
is.
Okay. Do we think rom-com sequels are the way to go, or do you think we just try new original
How
rom-coms?
much money did My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3 make?
Not a lot.
Then that's, I think, probably what this will do.
Okay, interesting. The Social Network Part 2.
Unless Sydney Sweeney's in it, and then it will make much more money. Or
Hmm.
what's the other guy?
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell. If Glenn Powell's in it, it'll
Why
make
don't they
decent
do
money.
anyone but 2?
Anyone but 2? Or it could be anyone but you too.
We're
With
giving these
TLO.
titles away for free, guys.
Yeah. You can
just
start,
take 'em.
You can just start putting 2s.
You don't
in
gotta
movie
pay us.
titles.
Yeah, people should do
It's
this
not
more
hard.
often. They were onto something with Fan Four Stick. The Social Network
The
Part
first
2. Jeremy Allen White, Mikey Madison, Jeremy Strong are being approached to star. White would play Jeff Horowitz, the author of the Facebook files from which the film is based. Madison would play the whistleblower behind the articles. Strong would play Zuckerberg, taking over the role from Jesse Eisenberg, who's apparently not interested.
Yeah, like what? Why?
Um,
Why wouldn't Jesse
okay,
Eisenberg
couple
do it?
things.
He's doing Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
That's the main thing.
Why is he not involved?
Okay, I get why he wouldn't want to do it,
I don't.
but if he's not going to do it, there's no point in doing it.
I don't get why he wouldn't do it.
Well, I don't think he likes, and he's talked about this in interviews, he doesn't like being like eternally associated with Mark Zuckerberg.
I don't care. That doesn't. What?
And it's not exactly a fun role for him to play.
No,
he does the Now You See Me stuff because it's fun and he gets to hang out with his buddies.
Yeah, but this is like a critic. Like this is like his big movie that he's known for. And I get he doesn't like being like associated with that role, but like that's also like, dude, that's your thing. That's your role. That's your big thing.
Yeah, that's a big critically acclaimed role for him, but this is also...
That'd be like if Tom Holland was like, no, I don't want to be associated with Spider-Man anymore. That's like, dude, what? Like, that's your thing.
I mean, I think it's pretty different. Because, like,
I get it's less fun.
Because the fun of being Spider-Man is not at all comparable to, like, having to play professional leech Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, it's an opportunity to return
like,
to, like, revisit that performance.
If the script is good, I would do it if I were him.
Yeah, but and like
But also, we don't know. The script could be awful, and Aaron Sorkin's not a good director. I mean, the first one he wrote, but he didn't direct. David Fincher directed the movie, and David Fincher is leagues and leagues and leagues better than Aaron Sorkin. But also, like, again, if you cannot get Eisenberg to do it, there's no point in doing it.
Why bother?
That's the whole reason to be doing
this.
this.
Is this movie about the first movie?
It's about the Facebook files, which were a series of articles about how Facebook was like deliberately spreading misinformation online.
Oh, from like 2016?
From 2021. And also it's about January 6th.
What?
It's also a January 6th thing. It has not been greenlit yet, so it could not even happen, but Sony's desperate enough where they will do it. Yeah.
It'll happen. I have no doubt.
Even if everyone currently involved dropped out, Sony would make this.
Yeah, it says big.
Because it's a thing they have. Yeah, it's a brand, I guess.
That's stupid.
How do we feel about Jeremy Strong as Zuckerberg?
What does Jeremy Strong look like?
Oh, I don't think you've ever seen him in anything. You don't watch movies or television.
I'm looking him up. Jeremy Strong. What's he? Ooh.
He was in Succession, and he was just in The Apprentice.
This guy.
The movie, the Trump biopic.
Who the heck is this guy?
He's gonna be in. I think he's gonna be in the Springsteen movie.
What are you in, guy? Why is he an elf? Why is he an elf in that movie? Okay, he's in The Apprentice. He's in The Trial of the Chicago 7,
which is another Sorkin.
He's in The Judge. He's in The Big Short. So is he just in movies about like hot button political issues
and smarmy businessmen?
Yeah, that seems to be.
And it is kind of his specialty.
He's in The Gentleman. He's in Serenity, Detroit, Masters of Sex. I've not heard of any of these.
Okay.
Oh, he's in the Parkland shooting movie.
Here's a big franchise potentially. Netflix is doing several spin-offs of K-pop Demon Hunters. Their big smash summer hit.
Oh, it's
again
a unfathomable hit.
We'll talk about how well it's doing and Netflix's incredible year they're having so far and will continue to have. It's only going to get better for them as the year goes on. During the box office wrap up in August, because they've had a lot of big stuff happen this summer.
They're crushing it.
They're crushing it, and they have Wednesday and Stranger Things to go
still in the chamber
this year. Netflix believes that this is their Frozen.
I don't think they're even wrong.
They're apparently internally discussing doing 2 back-to-back sequels, a stage musical adaptation, an animated series, and a possible live-action remake. Although they deny the live-action remake report, despite Drew Taylor at the Wrap saying it's true.
I honestly wouldn't even. I would greenlight all those.
I would do
at this point in time. I would greenlight all of them.
I would do all of them except for the live-action remake. I think you have to wait like a little bit.
But like I'm saying, like that's not a bad idea. Like a few years.
They'll do it eventually.
Yeah.
Apparently they own the rights to the franchise, despite the fact that Sony made the movie. But apparently they want to work with Sony on all of the other franchise stuff. I will talk about this more in the box office episode, but Sony should have put this in theaters, right? They should not have sold this to Netflix. especially because the summer they've had is abysmal. Do you think this is as big a hit in theaters?
I don't know if it would have been.
I think it takes longer. I don't think it's the people sharing clips and stuff online, and the Netflix nature of it obviously doesn't apply the same.
Yeah.
But I think the music, I think it's such a good movie, and the music is good enough to where if you put that in theaters,
yeah,
I think people are on that. Especially if you put this movie out this weekend, when there's the last like real kids movie we've had is Smurfs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh no, it was Bad Guys 2. But like,
still, this would have crushed.
Still, this would have done well. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think there's at least a very solid argument to be made. I think selling it to Netflix kind of, I mean, it's great for Netflix. It's a giant hit for them.
Like the K-pop audience that like I assume is at least responsible for the foundation of this thing exploding.
Right, it's far blown up past them.
Is heavily online. And heavily engages with content that way.
True, but also like, I mean, have you seen this? You haven't seen this.
I haven't seen it yet, but I plan to watch it.
Okay, the main song from it was like #1 on the Billboard Hot 100.
For a good minute.
Like
too.
That kind of thing. Like that's gonna happen no matter what.
Yeah.
If the song's good. So, I don't know. I feel like that kind of popularity where it kind of reaches outside of just the movie sphere.
The only reason
would apply to theaters also.
I would hesitate to say would do as well in theaters. Is because one, it's about K-pop, so like I feel like a lot of people just off rip are gonna be confused by that. Whereas if it's on Netflix, only people who are interested in that are gonna watch it. And then and then the people who hear about it,
people who are doubtful don't have to pay extra to see it.
Exactly. There's that, and then there's like performance. It's an animated movie about a non-legacy property that is at least supposed to be targeting like a nicher audience than like something like Elio even was attempting to do,
or
right?
How to Train Your Dragon, or Bad Guys 2.
And if it didn't perform super well in theaters, it would not be getting all the stuff it's getting.
But it would have ended up on Netflix eventually, so I think it would have found an audience once it hit Netflix, regardless.
That's true,
because they have a deal with Netflix for all of their theatrical releases.
That's true. It would depend on how much word of mouth would have. I feel like that would have drastically.
I mean, I think the
word
movie's good enough to where I think it would have found that audience, no matter what.
It's pop, yeah.
But no, good for Netflix, man. They need that IP. They're looking for those IPs.
They're looking for those, and I think that this is I think you
can build off this.
On that.
100%.
Yeah, there's a lot of room to grow and expand and explore other stories in that world.
Okay, Sam. Let's talk about AI. You love AI. You're pro AI. We talk about it all the time. You told me the other day you want AI to make all of your movies for you, and I was like,
"Never said
chill
that.
out, bro. That's a little crazy."
Literally never said that ever. I don't
well, it would be happy for you to know. You'd be happy to know that Amazon's Alexa fund, has invested a large amount of capital into Fable, an AI startup run by Edward Sachi.
What is Amazon's Alexa fund?
Their flagship product is a streaming service called Showrunner, built entirely on AI-generated TV shows. Users of the service can prompt scenes or entire episodes of shows with the service. It's free right now, but eventually they want to charge you $10 to $20 a month to AI-generate shows yourself.
Have you ever seen that clip of VeggieTales where Bob and Larry are talking about the future of entertainment? And Larry goes, "In the future, all of our content will be randomly generated." And then Bob is like, "Dude, what are you on about? Actually, what are you talking about?" And he goes, "Yeah, it'll be just like this." And then they go to a robot, and he's like, "Tell me a joke." And the robot goes, "Why did the chicken cross the road?" Because cucumber. Or no, it says because lawnmower. And then it's like, all content will literally be that.
Lawnmower.
That is literally the future we're heading towards, is like that bit from VeggieTales.
Sam,
dude, I
have a quote from Edward Sachi. If I'm butchering your name, that sucks.
Oh no.
Using AI purely as a VFX tool is a little sad. The Toy Story of AI isn't just going to be a cheap Toy Story. Our idea is that Toy Story of AI would be playable, with millions of new scenes all owned by Disney. He also said that Fable is in talks with Disney to license their IP for the Showrunner platform.
What does that mean?
So their technology would allow you to like scan your face with your phone, and an AI character of you would be in like the new AI Toy Story episodes you're generating.
What would the point of that be?
For idiots. For
Like,
idiots who love schlock and who don't understand art. That's what this is for.
Yeah, but even those people like watch stuff to talk about it.
But the reason they watch stuff is far different than the reason a even average intelligence person would watch anything. They watch it because it's like brand they know and it's entertainment. So if it's just like, if you only watch things because it's like a thing to look at, then AI generated gobbledygook nonsense is for you. Because it's just stuff. It's just stuff on your screen until you can eat a meal or go to bed, right? Like that's what it's for. Like there's no new ideas or like themes or like emotions or humanity behind it. It's just there to fill time and space.
Yeah, but like there's not even like you can't share that with like there's nothing to it.
No, you go, hey, look, I'm in Star Wars, and you show them your AI generated new Star Wars thing that you're in quotes, like the AI picture
like,
of you.
Because then at that point, like, what is Star Wars at that point?
Star
like,
Wars is a
whatever you just decide to randomly.
Star Wars is a brand that the AI can use forever and eternally generate more of, and now they don't have to pay anyone to actually make anything Star Wars.
Yeah, but
they can charge you to AI generate stuff for yourself, and it costs them nothing.
Yeah, what I'm talking about, like, is what does the conversation become at that point? Like, your brand instantly dies.
Look at this thing.
Yeah, but that's nothing.
Well, I'll just be going, look at this thing.
Yeah, so I think the brand instantly dies.
Well, you know how most people in Gen Z communicate by just like showing each other TikToks?
Yes.
Imagine that, but they're all AI generated nonsense, and we're just doing that forever.
But people don't like usually share those with each other. I don't think. Like usually if you send your friend a TikTok or a reel, it's like a funny sketch someone did.
Yeah, what if it's a funny Family Guy AI generated episode? Or funny to like lobotomites?
I don't think... I mean, I think that's the only place that this would be popular, is like on TikTok and on Instagram. I don't think this would... No, I don't think you're going to sit down and watch like a 30-minute AI-generated thing.
No, I agree with you for the most part. I think the idea that you'll charge people $20 to AI generate like bad clips of Family Guy is the funniest failure idea of all time.
Like this is
that's better than Quibi in terms of like the worst idea anyone's ever had.
This is just like AI Quibi.
This is AI Quibi.
Which it was a terrible idea.
Little maybe ahead of its time.
No, not ahead of behind its time.
I think there is a subsection of the audience who is pro AI. The people making AI, like AI software to generate movies and TV, and the people promoting it are people who aren't creative. Just in general, and it's not their fault. They're just not creative people, and they're angry at the creative people for like gatekeeping,
for having creativity,
gatekeeping art.
Yeah,
there are people who can't paint who are mad at painters for being able to do it, and now they can do their version of paint, and it requires no or effort or like training or building up a skill. They can just like use the idea of making art as like a look at this thing I did. You're like, gatekeeping art.
Like I will occasionally use like AI image generators to like create visualizations of like characters for like my D&D campaign, just to like give other people an idea of like the picture I have in my head of the character, just because I don't have time to like actually go out and I don't have the money to pay someone to do all that, and I don't have the time to like learn to do that myself.
But
even then, that still comes from an idea of a character.
Well, they're having an idea, and they're putting in a prompt,
and that's not like the content of a D&D campaign. That's just like a visual aid to give you a general idea of what this character might look like. That's not the output.
But these are people...
This is a final product.
Yeah, these are people who don't have the skills...
Like, I would never play D&D with an
These
AI.
are the people who don't have the skills or the level of creativity necessary to write an episode of television, but are upset that other people get to do so. Professionally.
But
because they want to be able to do it, but they just can't.
The prestige that comes with being able to make TV shows is not something that you AI generating a TV show will give you.
But that's why they're like AI advocates. They want it to mean the same thing.
But it never will.
That's why, like, if you ever look at like
that's never gonna be
the AI
popular.
Twitter threads where it's like clips of VO or whatever. Like, it's always like Hollywood's cooked because AI is coming for you. We're all going to be watching AI generated movies.
Yeah, but those people are just like people who are like too dumb to realize that that's not
exactly.
gonna happen.
They're dumb people who don't understand how movies are made, why they're made the way they are, what goes into the creative process behind it. To them, it's just disposable screen filling time. And so they can make their own screen filling time. They're perfectly capable of that with AI. So it's for that very small subsection of people. It's for them, and it's for, because the action figure wall guys are also usually very AI friendly.
Yeah.
Because it's to
but
them.
That's just because they don't think you should be able to make money by making art.
That, and they just don't like Hollywood. They're mad at Hollywood, and this is like,
Hollywood is woke.
We can AI generate our unwoke Star Wars for
Yeah.
ourselves. It's that. It's those two groups of people merged together. That's who AI generated movies and shows are for. I don't think that's the mass audience. I think that's like maybe a measurable percentage of it.
Here's the thing. That can only be popular with you.
Right.
Because no one else is going to be as entertained by the AI generated anti-woke Star Wars movie you made starring you as you.
Yeah.
So like, if that does become the future of media, brands as a shared storytelling experience just are gone.
Yeah.
Like Star Wars doesn't continue in an AI form. It just dies.
Now you're right. You are right. I think that is a larger discussion about like, because that's where we're all going right now. I mean, everyone has their own TikTok algorithm. Hold on, just that are feeding them their own content. We're all slowly just like drifting away into our own little bubbles and are not able to like empathize or associate with each other because we're so in our own heads. That is a whole other discussion, and this is part of it. The brand aspect of it, they're just not thinking that far ahead. To them, they're like, we can AI generate Star Wars content right now. It will cost us nothing. And it's Star Wars, so it means something. Yeah. They're not thinking 10 years down the line when all the AI-generated Star Wars content is feeding off of the other AI-generated Star Wars content. It's all just spiraled into gobbledygook nonsense, and the brand is meaningless.
I don't think Disney will bite.
Well, let's talk about Disney.
So we know that they had talks with them. But here's why I think Disney right now, in this specific moment, won't bite. I think they're just off the cusp of their Marvel universe imploding. As they understand it to be a large part of that just is a mass amount of low quality content that just drowned out the brand. Mm-hmm. I think right now they are in the process of reestablishing what their brands mean via the exclusivity and they're trying to reduce the quantity of output for higher quality. I think this flies directly contrary to their current goal in this moment. Like, I think if they were to pitch them this in 2022, I think they would have immediately gone in
they
for
would have wanted to do it.
Yeah, I think right now, I think they're in talks. Like, I think they pitched it to Disney, but I doubt
Amazon believes in it.
Of course, Amazon
AI generated James Bond, baby.
But they don't believe in like anything.
Yeah.
Like,
they're just funneling money into things in case they were to explode. Disney had its own AI thing going on. There was an article in the Wall Street Journal
because they debuted it by Star Wars show celebration this year
by Jessica Toonkill about how Disney and AI company Metaphysics spent 18 months negotiating and developing technology that would allow Dwayne Johnson to have his face digitally layered over body double Tanoa Reed. Sorry if I mispronounced that. On the live-action Moana movie that's hitting theaters next summer. Johnson was on board because it allowed him to not have to show up to set.
Yeah.
And we know from reports throughout the years that he's flaky and doesn't ever show up and pees in bottles and does weird stuff.
I don't know if I care about... like, that doesn't seem as bad to me.
The idea fell through because they were concerned that they would not own all of the film, because there's AI in terms of like owning AI generated content is a legal gray area. Yeah. And then they were also concerned that there would be like a data breach because of just the safety of all that data getting out.
I think
none of the footage that they tested out is in the final film. None of the AI doubling is there. It's all Dwayne Johnson.
I think using AI for
there's more to this article too.
I think using AI for VFX is honestly like fine.
You gonna put all those AI all those VFX artists out of work?
Well, I would hope that they are the ones doing it.
as a tool to be used via VFX artists. I think it's good.
I think
they use it on Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I think like for like face swapping, like that's a type of thing I would expect because that's basically just a really good Snapchat filter. It's functionally what that
This
technology
specific
is.
example of Dwayne Johnson didn't want to work out or have to go to set, so they were going to AI put his face over a different guy.
Yeah, like that's
That's
cringe and
dumb.
that's dumb. But like, let's say you have a stunt double, and the shot is like close enough that like
You maybe see his face.
Yeah, in that scenario.
Yeah, they already do that.
Yeah, and then it's like, it at that point it's just a quicker way of doing that.
So many of the uses of AI that they want to test out and further look into, most of Hollywood and various executives are putting them on hold.
Yeah,
They're
and
scared.
I think that's
They're
smart.
scared to look into them because they don't want union pushback and they don't want it to compromise any upcoming negotiations with the unions.
Yeah.
Which is good. That's a good thing.
Yes.
The AI is going to grow. It's going to be used more and more. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
The unions need to be able to protect their members,
And that is the thing.
so that it doesn't explode and get out of hand immediately.
That's the thing with any AI technology, or any not AI technology, but any technology that like makes work more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
If you have strong worker protections in place, then what that technology allows for is those workers to maintain their current quality of life with less work.
Yeah.
Which is the goal.
The goal.
Hypothetically, that is the goal of like making life
Of technology.
Hypothetically, that's what
Making
you're supposed to
lives
do.
easier for people.
If there aren't strong worker protections, then what you end up with is that technology just displaces a bunch of workers.
Yeah.
They all end up homeless and broke, and then there's one guy who's now doing the work of 10 guys instead of the company, which we know clearly could have just kept all those guys and made their lives easier, is now cutting.
But now they can make a slightly higher profit.
Exactly. So if the unions are strong enough that they can maintain that balance,
And they are right now. I mean, they have...
and specifically with
all the
Hollywood,
power,
they are.
mostly.
That's probably the strongest union in the United States, I would argue, that I'm aware of. Maybe Teamsters probably close.
It's probably Teamsters.
Yeah. But like SAG is a very strong union.
Well, SAG and IATSE, the
IATSE, yeah.
Yeah, the
which is basically
stage
the
and
same exact thing.
the
They're basically
crew
same.
members,
Yeah.
the guys doing all of the practical work on sets.
However, VFX artists
don't have unions.
do not have a union because they chose, I believe, slightly in their hubris, that they would not need a union long term, which I think is now biting them in
Well,
the
the
butt.
other aspect of it is that the unions are only in the United States, which is obviously where most of the film production is right now. But
That's true, but like other countries do have.
Netflix produced, I think it was a German show called The Eternaut that used a lot of AI, just like AI generated effects, AI generated
Yeah.
backgrounds, and they were able to do that because the unions there don't have those protections, so
Yeah.
they're able to just AI generate stuff and get around all that. And that wouldn't apply even if those unions negotiate that here.
Yeah.
They could go overseas and AI generate a bunch of stuff and they could get away with it. So that's another factor. And how that works out, we don't know.
But I mean, that's an issue. But I feel like with Hollywood specifically, that's less of an issue because the big draw of a lot of movies is the actors involved.
Yeah, I
And
think the idea
if you go overseas to do that, you lose access to that.
I think the idea that the studio executives have, which is that like if we just take Leonardo DiCaprio's face and his face is in the movie, that's what matters. I think that's like a really dumb idea.
No,
I
that's
think
a
the
dumb
idea
idea, yeah.
of the physical performance of the actor
being replaced.
and the decisions they make don't matter. All that matters is their face is possibly the dumbest line of thinking they could ever have.
No, yeah. And again, I only say I can see the value of that. Again, for like the stunt double example, I think is probably the best one.
Because that's the only time you would need just their face.
Yeah, or like if maybe the stunt double just like looks different than the actor and you can like AI map a copy of their body over him, I could see that being useful in some scenarios, but I by no means do I think you should replace the actor in the scene,
Right.
in the movie
Like,
outright.
If
Like,
they
that's
had
insane.
done this and they had put Dwayne Johnson's face on another guy, That
Why?
isn't Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, why bother?
That's another guy.
Just cast the other guy.
And they've made him look like this other person.
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing as if they put makeup on him.
And then now that guy, if he were to hypothetically want a career in Hollywood, he's stuck not being allowed to be anyone but Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Well, that and like you didn't get The Rock.
Yeah, you got some other guy.
You got a guy who you got his face.
But you're paying. I assume you would be paying.
They'd
still
be paying
to
The
use
Rock full
face.
salary. Yeah.
Yeah, which
Which
stupid.
doesn't save you any money.
Yeah.
All that is that Dwayne
Can't
Johnson
be
is notoriously difficult to work with.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't ever want to show up to set, and they were trying to get around him not being there. That's
Yeah.
what that was. They also wanted to use an AI character in Tron Ares. They wanted to give Jeff Bridges an AI-generated companion named Bit, but that idea fell through because they were scared of public pushback.
As they should be.
Yeah, that's
Also,
dumb.
that's dumb.
I have a fear that Tron Ares is Disney AI propaganda.
But isn't AI the bad guy?
But I'm
Sort of.
Ares, who's the AI being they send into the real world, who will be a bad guy but will be redeemed because he's the main character.
Yeah, but I think. Okay, my theory is
I
that
think-
he learns that he's a real guy.
I think the movie will be about how like we need to welcome and accept the AI, and it's not actually bad. Everybody, we can all work together and love the AI.
Maybe.
AI can be our friend.
My theory as to what Tron Ares is I think he is a copy of a real person. And that's like what
That
he
would
is.
be if it wasn't AI propaganda.
Because in the trailer, he's like looking at like pictures of what I assume is like his family or whatever.
What has like AI family?
It could be.
AI could have a family.
But like
They're
that,
just
that
like
wouldn't even
you.
be the first movie.
They're just like a real person.
That wouldn't even be the first movie to explore that idea of like living.
They're just like you.
Because I mean that was also in
Let them come.
that was also in
Accept it.
Matrix 4
Oh, people have seen that?
supposedly.
Okay.
But also, yeah, is anyone going to see Tron?
Here's your Fortnite bone. No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Here's your Fortnite news bone. Disney is developing its own, quote, world connected to Fortnite,
We've known
codenamed
this.
Bulldog.
We've known this for a long time.
Launch is planned 2026 fall.
They announced this, I believe, in
When they bought
2024.
a stake in Epic Games.
Yeah, they bought 20%,
20 or 25, yeah.
20-something% of Epic Games.
Apparently some of Epic Games executives are mad at them because Disney takes forever to make decisions.
Yes.
Because they're very stingy
That
about what
was
you can and can't
reported.
do with their IP.
However, like several developers commented on Twitter on that article when it was posted and said that that was just like not true and that Disney is like the fastest of all the people.
No,
to work
I
with.
believe them that like if you want to do anything with Darth Vader, it's got to be approved with like 60 different people before you're allowed to do it.
Yeah, but they also do like everything.
'cause they're
They
notorious-
collaborate. They give them everything.
No, but they're notorious for just like the weirdest things. Like Disney princesses, it's in the article, and we've known this for a while.
Yeah.
If you want like a Disney princesses branded lunchbox, the characters on it
have to
be looking different directions
Mm-hmm.
and be like spaced in a certain way with certain color
There's
palettes.
very rigorous rules.
They have all of these insanely rigid rules about what IPs can be associated with what, how they work together, what they look like, what those characters are allowed to do.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure the Darth Vader AI thing took forever because of just allowing it to speak freely and
Yeah.
react to the player. I'm sure that was like that had to pass through like 100 people at Disney before that was approved.
Probably.
Because of what ended up happening.
But again, like the developer coming out and saying like, no, they're very easy to work with. And the sheer number of collabs they
What
do.
are they going to do? Come out and go, yeah, we hate them.
Well, no, they just wouldn't say anything at all if that was the case. They would just let the article ride. They just wouldn't say anything. Secondly, the sheer number of collabs they do with Disney it's a fire hose.
I'm
It's
sure
constant.
they have a system worked out now because they own a stake in them. They have to work
They've
with
been doing
them.
collabs long before they had a
They
stake.
were, but
They had the Mandalorian.
No, I definitely believe them that they take forever because we know they do. We know they have a million rigid rules at Disney.
Yeah, but like again, they turn out collabs like as soon as whatever the property is launches. Like it's usually like
Yeah, but that
simultaneous.
it's
And it's
simultaneous.
been that way for a long
Sam,
time.
it's simultaneous at launch. That stuff takes months and months and years in advance and planning to
Yes,
get all
of
that to happen
course.
at the same time.
But I'm saying like if it was an issue of like getting Disney to approve Epic to use it, you wouldn't see it consistently coming out at the same time. Like there would be a delay there. You know you see what I'm saying? Like they take that into account. That's part of their
plan.
Yeah,
no, they definitely do. But I'm saying their timetable probably has to be longer. Like their timetable with getting Star Wars skins approved. I don't know why I keep using Star Wars, but getting Star Wars skins approved at Disney probably takes longer than say getting Harley Quinn skins approved on Warner Brothers.
I mean, maybe
because they got to run it up the flagpole. The more people, and there's more people who have a say. Like the Darth Vader thing launched when it launched, but they were probably working on that for literal years. Like in terms of the idea of let's put Darth Vader in the game, but let's let him react to player.
Darth Vader was already in the game.
Not even
been in the game for years.
The AI companion version.
The AI specific one. But also that technology hasn't existed for very long either. Like specifically with the voice.
It's been around for at least 3 years. They used it on the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Yes, but like that was Disney using it. I'm saying
I know, Sam.
A version of it that is like
I'm not. They don't have to make the technology.
Yes, I'm talking about the version of it that can interact with you live has only existed with voices in that quality for like 2 years, max. Like it has not. That is new technology.
I'm saying getting that to work. Going like, can we get the James Earl Jones people to be okay with it? Yeah, we got to go check with them. Okay, Darth Vader's design has to look like this. Okay, Darth Vader has to be here. He can't say these things. He has to talk like this. Like getting it approved with that many people. I'm guessing that kind of project takes longer than pretty much any other like major studio or company they work for or work with.
This might just be because I follow Fortnite more closely, but I know for a fact that they have had trouble working with Warner Brothers in large part because of how tight their relationship is with Disney. I'm sure that's a factor. The number of Warner Brothers collabs, skins, and events they've done has gone down since they have.
I'm sure it's gone down with like everybody.
Yeah, same with like a lot of their big properties. Now they still do basically infinite.
But I think
anyone who's willing to work with them.
Yeah,
but.
One battle after another, Fortnite tie-in.
Yeah, like Disney being particularly difficult to work with. I don't know.
I'm not talking about difficult to work with. I'm just talking about because that doesn't say like their executives are total a-holes. It's just saying like they take forever, and there's a million people that have to have a say, and I believe that. Okay. That's always how they've operated.
I thought maybe the camera was.
I mean, that happened. If I'm remembering correctly, that's happened with Lego before too. Like it's not even just them.
Yeah.
Like they have a million people. Like they have a specific thing they want everything to be.
Yeah. But the fact that they work with Disney as close and as often as they do.
Well, no, they have to.
Sure. But the fact that they also can't make a deal work with Nintendo at all makes me think it's
okay.
It's definitely
that's a Nintendo thing.
Yeah, but Disney and Nintendo, in terms of like how their brand is presented and managed, are
right.
very
they're both similar. Like they have a very specific vision,
they're both
and it's not
extremely
allowed to vary.
Strict about.
And they want to have if you're going to do something with it, they have to be involved.
Like the reason why Epic and Nintendo have never been able to put a deal together is because as a condition of the deal Nintendo proposed, they wanted Nintendo character skins to only be visible
in Nintendo
on
Switch
Nintendo
versions.
consoles, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculous.
That doesn't make any sense.
You couldn't make that work in the game.
Yeah, that just isn't. How would that? That's just not a feasible option.
But that's always. I mean, like the Skylanders for Nintendo characters only worked in the Nintendo versions. Like they've always been like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Disney, at least with Epic Games, I would say with literally every other brand, 100%. Like they're way more stingy. But it seems like with Fortnite, they are more lenient.
I mean, yeah, the fact
like
that they let
Darth Vader has a gun.
Well, yeah, the fact that they let the Pixar characters in the game at all, was a big shock.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that Mr. Incredible can have a gun,
and again, like
insane.
Star Wars characters and Marvel characters, that's one thing because they fight.
Yeah, I mean, the Star Wars characters have guns; they're just space guns.
But even like Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, those characters never have guns. Luke Skywalker like one time had a gun, but like twice. Darth Vader.
Shooting bullets, shooting regular looking bullets.
And he's been in the game since, I think 2019 is when he got added to the game. Like the skin.
Yeah, probably the Rise of Skywalker tie-in.
Yeah, because that was part of the Vibe in Summer season. That was the same season as Indiana Jones, I think. And that's a while ago. That was before Disney had a big stake in them. But yeah.
You want to do a look around for last minute news before we wrap this up?
Other Fortnite news, they're doing the new season is Power Rangers and Halo. and then also like random like anime mecha.
It's about time for Halo. Was Master Chief already in the game?
Master Chief was in the
Yeah.
game.
Is it customizable Spartans?
That's the theory.
Yeah, that's definitely
They
what it is.
posted a picture of like 2 Spartan skins, a girl one and a guy one.
Yeah, you can customize
One was red
them.
and one was blue.
It's the Battle Pass skin. It's like that one season where you could customize that spy lady. It's like that,
Well,
but for
they
Spartan.
released a Mandalorian skin during the Star Wars season in the shop that was fully customizable. I assume it will just be that.
Be like that. Also,
Yeah.
maybe.
And then the Master Chief was already in the game, and if you bought him on an Xbox console, he had the exclusive color. Like you could have him in the blackout costume. I don't know if they would do something like that again for Xbox. We'll see.
Maybe for Power Rangers.
But the general vibe
Netflix
is
exclusive
they're going to be
Power
fighting
Rangers.
bug aliens. Anyway, let's see what's going
Is
on.
Fortnite on Netflix? That's coming.
What's up?
That's gonna happen.
What'd you say?
Fortnite on Netflix?
What does that mean? Like a show?
No, like stream Fortnite to Netflix.
Maybe. I mean, they have a thing with Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, you can
Stream
stream like Candy. You know,
Fortnite.
you can stream Candy. Like you can play Candy Crush through Netflix. Like no one ever uses
Yeah, but
it.
no, that's like that gives you access to the game.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That you're not streaming the game.
You have to like download it. Still?
Yeah, there is
Okay.
exclusive
Either one.
games that you download through.
Play
Netflix.
Fortnite on your TV. It'll run like crap and not work, but it'll be on there. I'm
All
just
right.
saying that's gonna happen.
The Prime Minister of Sweden admitted to using ChatGPT to like inform his decisions.
Okay, well, you know,
That's interesting.
that's probably still making better decisions than some world leaders right now.
Yeah, I mean, Sweden seems to be doing okay. Like as far as countries, governments go, like Sweden seems to be one of the only countries that's like generally happy with
I
their
don't
government.
know enough about the Sweden current political situation to be able to make a conclusive decision on that or not.
Most like Northern European countries seem to.
I know
be
they seem to be
chilling.
happy, but everyone's got their weird stuff going on.
Oh, yeah,
We're just
I mean,
not tied into
yeah,
their
yeah,
news
yeah.
cycle.
Diddy and his team are reportedly offering 6 figures to political operatives and admin officials to secure a pardon.
So they're just straight up trying to bribe the president.
That's insane. That's not really.
That's not
news
enough
media,
money,
but
Trump,
that's
bro. They gotta up that price.
Certainly something.
They gotta up the bid. If they want to bribe out
Yeah,
of
you get
prison,
7
they gotta
figures at
up
least,
that
though.
up. Yeah,
Gotta be in the millions.
you gotta like promise to give him a jet or something.
Gotta be in the millions. Okay.
You see, Elon donated money to his campaign, to his like super PAC while they were publicly feuding.
That makes sense. Well, I think with PACs, like there's like certain rules around like when you can and can't.
So it was
donate.
like maybe a
So he
previous.
may
one
have
that got
already
delayed.
promised that funding. Howard Stern is making people upset.
Okay, well it is Tuesday.
That's what he does. It's his job. So it's not really surprising. You know what? Maybe Twitter's not the best one to go for like. Let's see if Threads is anything.
Okay, well there's never been anything on
Oh,
Threads.
Jesus Christ Superstar. People are
Oh,
mad about
causing
that.
a stir.
Yeah, because Cynthia Erivo
Is Jesus.
which people are not liking. Are they just now learning about Jesus Christ
Yep.
Superstar though? Because like, there's been lots of other
Mm-hmm.
people who have played Jesus in that
Well,
musical that have not represented.
she's just
physically
famous
what
and
Jesus
it's
looks
happening
like.
right now.
Yeah, she's
Uh,
also on the cusp of Wicked too.
Yeah.
Do we think this hurts Wicked at all?
No one cares.
Or do we think this will?
This
just
is barely
blow
a
over
news
then?
story.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
The people who are mad
I
at
only
this.
because it is trending #1 on Threads.
Okay, well,
Which
trending
doesn't
number
mean
one
much,
on Threads is like being the most talked about thing in this house. Did you see Resurrection of the Christ is getting split into 2 parts?
I did see that.
Mel Gibson's sequel to Passion of the Christ is getting split into
And
2 sequels.
now-
one in April 2027, one
Yes.
in May. They're going to be 40 days apart, like Lent.
Yes, I think that has more to do with like part of the marketing of the movie than it does like an actual like production necessity.
I think that, and it's being put out by Lionsgate, and Lionsgate needs that money. They
Needs
are
2
desperate.
movies.
They're doing the same thing with the Michael Jackson biopic. They're
Oh, the
splitting
King
that
of
up
the Hill
too.
reboot came out.
Oh, that's true. Didn't watch it.
Me neither.
Didn't watch the original show. Won't watch this one. Not because it's bad. I just don't care. I also haven't seen Eyes of Wakanda
Oh,
yet.
some people are mad because Hank Hill was on the
Theo
podcast,
Von.
Theo Von.
Whatever.
Guys, what?
We just
Also, they're mad. They're like, oh, you put him on a right wing podcast. Okay, Hank Hill's whole like character is that like he's like a right leaning dude who like learns that like he should be more open and accepting. Like that's the plot of every single episode of the show.
I think people need to learn to be not upset about everything every day.
Yeah, relax.
You can be upset about something like 4 days a week instead of 7.
I mean, I get you're upset because like you view Theo Von as like a political enemy, and so you don't want him to be platformed. But like also,
people just
Theo
gotta
Von,
let
shut
stuff
up.
go.
Yeah, get over it. That's not a real issue. Let's not.
Okay,
I'm
so
not
we're
covering
out of stuff.
that.
Nothing's going on.
Nicki Minaj. Is
Okay.
Doing some
Thank you, everybody,
things.
for listening to this week's show. We'll be back next week for more news and hot topics and more arguments about stuff that go in circles forever for 40 minutes. Hopefully,
more
we'll be
Spider-Man
wearing
footage.
different colored shirts. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye bye.